welcome everybody to another episode of Dungeons, Dice and Dudes, where we take those three things, mix them together and magic happens. I nearly didn't do the thing in the way that I do the thing.
I know.
What do you mean?
It threw me because I said it and I was like, that's not right.
It's not right. It's all gone wrong.
It's all gone Pete.
Restart it. Close the stream.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Shut it down. Shut it down.
Shut it down. Shut it all down.
Am I right actually? Because I've lowered myself a little bit. Do I look like a tiny man?
You're right.
I'm right. You
Put
sure?
it in the chat if he looks like a tiny man.
Is that better?
Ding 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 ding. Crashes the stream.
The smallest man in
I got told I had like delicate ankles the other day.
What the fuck?
Whoa!
So delicate.
How can you walk on those things?
Like a ballerina. You're a sweet girl.
Anyway, none of this is relevant to anything that we're doing today. So we're gonna chuck right to. Oh, actually, first of all, apologies that we're streaming today. We're just trying to find. There's lots of stuff going on. Apparently, during the summertime, stuff happens. So
Life finds a way.
Yeah. Life needs things to live.
Not wrong.
So, Si, could you tell us about I don't know, what's on your mind?
Sorry, I'm just really busy on just all these social medias that I've got access to. That also DDandD pod are on as well.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, there's a little breakdown of stuff that we're putting out. Instagram stuff.
Is that what they do?
Tweets.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool.
TikToks.
Love that.
Oh, wait a minute. We're in 2023 now. We're blowing out threads everywhere, every day,
just
daily.
Threads,
so much
just
threads.
so many.
All the threads.
Of what? Don't ask.
That's pretty much
Who knows?
That's it for that.
And he's done. And with
There
that,
you go.
it's
You
done.
It's
can
finished.
check us out on any one of those platforms.
Yeah. Oh, you like platforms, do you?
Yes.
Do you like podcasting platforms?
I'm a fan of them.
Well, take your pick, because we're on a whole bunch that aren't fake. And I'll read that list right now.
Saying that makes it.
Revelation for me last week.
Yeah.
Saying that makes it sound like it is fake.
Well, have you ever heard of Spotify?
No.
What about Apple Podcasts?
Who's Apple?
Does Google Podcasts ring a bell to you?
Yeah, that one does actually.
Perchance heard of Overcast?
It's quite bad weather today actually, so yeah.
Might I interest you from very far away some Amazon Music?
Wow.
Also,
All the way to
George.
South America.
Did you know that iHeartRadio?
Do you?
Yeah.
You've always struck me as a radio call-in kind of guy.
I forgot to add to my inventory last week my Castbox.
Shut up.
Yeah. And also,
Stretching it.
if you keep your device in your trousers, you're listening to some pocket casts.
Oh no.
You've done that one and the iHeartRadio one before. Get new material.
Pulled out.
Fuck.
And then you got Radio Public and Stitcher.
Yeah, good. You really stitched yourself up there.
Oh.
Nice. Nah, sounds great.
You're doing great, mate. Proud of you.
Cool.
Oh no. Baby boy.
Well, thank you for that. That was interesting.
Yeah, I've had a lot of sugar today, so I'm crashing.
Oh no.
Baby boy.
Perfect timing.
This is when you need that to happen.
Well, that's all right because we're going to talk about video with George next.
Hello. I wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready. Rachel. Yeah, video. We have video. We're videoing right now. I'm gonna video. Yes, I am. If you wanna, hello, listeners. If you wanna watch us live,
Why are you looking at the mic?
because I'm looking into them through sound.
That's where the audience is.
Yeah, they're in there.
They're in the microphone.
Shit, I can
Tap,
see
tap,
him.
tap. Hello. But yeah, if you're listening, hi. But if you want to watch us, great. Just go on Twitch. It's great there. Just search DDandD pod. We go live currently every week, but it will go back to fortnightly soon. Most likely Sundays still. We're just, ironing out some kinks. Life's been busy. But yeah, if you are watching live already though, hello. Hi, give them away.
Yeah.
Hey-o.
Look at them. They're
Post
watching.
the
Why are you
thread
blocking my
right now.
face, bro?
No one wants to see it.
Whoa.
I know I brought such negative energy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just negging.
Just
We're riffing.
It's Saturdays.
Lasagna. Lasagna. He said you hate Saturdays, so I was doing like a Garfield Mondays thing.
Good.
Necromancer.
You were saying about
likes
his shit
lasagna.
bits.
It's not my fault you didn't understand it. They're going wild in there.
They are.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
shit.
chat is popping
Yeah.
off,
Yeah.
mate.
Like that. Good lord. Back on Stay on Target. We also are on YouTube, so if you can't watch us live, shame on you. No, I'm joking. But if you can't watch us live, you can always find these VODs on YouTube, and you can watch our entire back catalogue there. Just search Dungeons, Dice and Dudes. And then we did you mention TikTok?
I did. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
There's
I just
video
love
on there
it.
as well. So yeah. That's it. That's video.
Prime snippets on TikTok.
Prime rib snippets on TikTok of this podcast. The flavour.
Oh no.
It's all about the seasoning.
Where's the lamb sauce? Indeed.
You have lamb sauce with ribs?
No.
That'd be awful.
Wait, some kind of sadist?
I'm not, because I do myself a favour and I listen to Thinking Critically, which Danilo is going to tell us about now.
Thanks, Nathan. What a great segue. That's sincere. I've been so negative. I now need to disclaim my my statements. Everyone can go to thinkingcritically.co.uk or at thinkcritdnd, glamorously modelled by Nathan, for a D&D and wider ttrpg discussion podcast where we take a different model topic each week with a different guest and discuss what it means. I just recorded Immersion, which will be out on Friday the 21st of July. So go and listen to that one, because that was really fun.
Nice. Thank you.
It's a professional podcast.
It really is.
Unlike this.
Like,
Fucking chaos theory round here.
In that Immersion episode, the guest had to step away for a second, and then she came back and she was like, I'm just going to leave a pause, so when you're looking at the waveform you know where to cut. And I was like, you naive child, I edit this second by second, so I'll hear it as it comes up, so you don't need to do that. And she was like, you poor bastard. And I was like, yeah, that's what I do. So
but do you know what? It pays off.
thank you.
Yeah.
Very polished.
That makes it worth the 3 hours that it takes to do your episode.
Damn.
Dedication.
Get a coffee on though.
Yeah, get a brew on.
Get steam going.
Well, the only other things to talk about would be possibly some of the more important ones, because we are ambassadors for Game Team!
Oh yeah.
Just in case you were starting
Nice
to
ASMR.
goes off there. Oh my god, this is a nightmare for me.
You're about to roll.
Listen to the dice.
Gang.
Yes, ambassadors for Game Tea, the UK-based company that makes luxury handcrafted items for geeks and gamers worldwide. That's right, they ship worldwide. So if you fancy yourself some dice, some clickety-clackety dice that bounce all over the place and give you nothing but numbers. If you fancy yourself some hoodies, maybe some t-shirts, maybe you want to get yourself some candles. Do you want some candles, do you?
Can you got any candles?
Mint.
Oh, sorry.
You can head on over there and purchase all of that to your heart's content, but remember to use the discount code TheBriggsy. That's right, that's THEBRIGGSY to get yourself 5% off of your entire order. That's money that you're saving for putting letters in. No numbers, letters.
Just letters. We don't
Just-
like numbers on
Don't
this
deal
one.
with numbers.
I can confirm, just letters.
Hello.
A second letter into the
Oh.
discount code.
So yeah, do it, or I'll find you.
It's hilarious that D&D players would have such disdain for numbers.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you said that, the winds rallied.
Yeah.
You've got.
The wind's turned.
They did.
There you go. Oh, and of course, if you don't want to do that, but you've got like some money that you want to kick our way, then feel free to head on over to our Patreon as well. A few different tiers, and you know, you might get a shout out, or maybe you even have an NPC written into the campaign for you. Which camera am I looking at, by the way?
Take your pick. You got so many options.
I'll
up there.
start looking at the top one as opposed to the charging port of my phone.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was focusing there. Yeah, I think that covers everything.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shall we play?
Should we play some D&D?
Have we played? Yes, we shall. But let me first just do this and this. Is that loud enough for you?
Can you go any louder?
Is that loud enough for you?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, there's going to be a little echo. Lovely stuff. Well, we're going to start the same way that we have started the previous 47 sessions.
It's been a while.
46. With a recap. So.
Oh, God.
Excuse me.
That's good.
That's the sour cream and chive coming out to get you. Oh, come on. We're firing up. Who's got one? Why are you chugging on a testicle? It's just a big one, like a gobstopper.
Oh man.
Dear me.
In the last session, our Avengers had gathered in Stonehaven after being assembled by Madame Ganzer and the Council of Stonehaven, setting out a plan with Roland, Silas, and Sarsil, whilst also doing introductions. The group did their preparations and mounted Sarsil to their journey south. Man, I wrote this quite late.
Are you going to voice the whole thing?
Hell yes. Upon doing so, they saw firsthand the extent of the undead army outside the city walls. After a few days of near constant flight, they began to see land. Eyeing the desolate wasteland that was Dunmire, they continued to coast towards the Valley of the Giants, which would be their path towards the Fey Twins' Keep. With caution and the aid of Varn's undeadiflage, they made their way through what was once a home for giants, now a graveyard with hundreds of undead roaming through the various statues of giants slain. At the end of the valley, Satine tried to stealthily take out an undead giant that had yet to see her, and with 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, she was able to deal a heavy blow under the cover of the torrential rain. The beast let out a large bellow, and a little wave of undead began to swarm towards them, forcing them to run towards their large foe and do battle at the same time. They eventually made their way up the narrow path back to the surface, with Sayri using some divine magic to slow the progress of the undead, as they managed to seal off the path for good, giving them a breather. Though as they turned, they saw a mountain range like razor-sharp black teeth biting into the grey, low-lit sky. Stretching before them, they saw hundreds of broken tents, catapults, and other weapons of war. And at the base of this mountain range, an ebony fortress, whose only details were visible from the many torches that lit the ramparts and walls. At the apex, though, a pulsating green light shining over all that was near. And that's where we're going to pick up. So let me get rid of this shit music. It's not, it's really great music.
Damn.
And now here comes the ride.
I feel like fully torrential rain currently then.
Oh yeah, it's like just pissing it down. It's raining so. Sorry, I'm gonna rain it in a little bit. It's raining so hard that when it rains incredibly hard. And it almost creates like a mist of like a few feet off the ground. That's how hard it is, and it actually makes visibility quite hard.
Is there any cover anywhere just to like take shelter?
Within the immediate vicinity, make a perception check.
Disadvantages, advantages. I've got dark vision.
You've got dark vision, so if you're just looking within the local vicinity, I would say that's a straight roll.
Thank you, sir. So it's 1, but because of my feet, I can then take that to a 10.
That's a natural 1. That's you're out.
Wow.
Oh, dead.
Strong open. Strong open.
Straight out of the gates.
Grand total of 12, but yeah, it's a nat 1.
Okay.
Do we have a general like sense of direction?
You're going in dice.
Towards the green orb, I guess.
Yeah, so you've just come out of the towards the big pulsating thing. Yeah, you've come out of the ground, out of the canyon. You've caved it in, and then you've kind of turned around, and then that is the visage before you.
Okay.
So, and it's a good like, I don't know, 500, 600 feet from where you are to the fortress. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Satine, unfortunately, due to how wet it is, you're having a difficult time just seeing. Like, you're constantly having to try and get moisture out of your eyes. So, unfortunately, you don't see too much other than just the immediate, you know, there's objects around you.
We need to get out of this rain. It's too much.
And we see tents and stuff up ahead, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that was just like a general, you walked up, you saw tents and weapons of war.
Do we think... I've forgotten his voice.
French. No.
Nice. You're trying to get me. You're trying to get me. Do you think those tents are filled with enemies?
They are most likely inhabited, but if we are quiet...
There doesn't look to be much in terms of movement down there, but maybe a couple of us should check it out.
You sense the dead, you are good with this. You can check, no?
Bear with me one minute.
You can.
I would have met.
Detect
I would have
that.
met. I would have met like their class before, like whatever you are, religiously
I mean,
boys.
you've killed holy people before.
Yeah, there. Yeet. So you can see if they are. I've been practicing my French since last session.
Yeah, you can
wow,
tell.
look at that.
You can absolutely tell.
Yeah, it will drop it soon. Oh, I'm Satine.
I actually can't.
What the fuck?
Well, every cleric got.
You're a cleric, right?
Yeah. All I've got though is 10, but I'm a war cleric.
So I think there's a spell that clerics can take where they can do that, but then if you're a grave cleric, then that's just like a thing that you can just do as like a bonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. No, I don't have it.
Okay. Well, we still need to get into some kind of cover. I am hurt, so you hurt anyone?
How hurt are you?
Do not waste spell slots on this,
I shan't.
but
At your behest.
if we can rest briefly, I can recover.
I'd rather not rest in the rain.
This is why we go to the tents.
Be my guest.
Okay.
We do what we did last time.
I'd like to.
Before the
Yeah. Bro, what the shit? How far away are these tents?
500 feet.
So the
No,
fortress
the
itself is
fortress
probably
is 500.
about 600 feet away from
might
you.
be.
And just spreading out before you is just hundreds of
So how
tents.
close is the closest one?
Closest tent's probably about 20 feet away.
Ah,
Oh,
we'll be well rumbled now.
right
Yeah.
on top of it anyway, yeah.
Oh, we should go and have a look then.
Yeah.
Maybe we should check it.
I can stealth ahead and see if it's clear.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll stealth ahead.
So it's closer to 800 feet away.
The dispersed tent.
No.
Good lord.
I was doing the maths in my
Yeah.
head and I was like, we'll be there.
Vertigo camera effect. It's coming in and out of, yeah.
Yeah. It would take a good couple of minutes to get to the fortress. So yeah, 800 feet. I don't know.
Okay, but the first tent is like very close.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25 foot.
I'll sneak up on
You
it.
can chuck a stone at it.
Okay, I want to, even though we're right on top of it, I want to sneak up to it and see if there's anyone inside and just be as discreet as possible.
Sure. Make a stealth check.
With advantage.
Yeah, because you're a key. Because you're Yorkie bar.
17 plus 5, which is 32. No,
22.
22. 22.
Wait, what? Plus 5?
17 plus 15, sorry. That's
Oh,
what I said.
that's 32.
Yeah.
We don't like numbers.
Numbers! 32.
Yeah, you feel pretty hidden.
Okay, so sneak up.
Again, somewhat aided by the fact that it is torrential downpour, and for people, for Varn and Sayri, you get maybe 15 feet away, and it's already like, where did she go?
She's good.
Yeah. So you're inspecting just some of the tents nearby?
The nearest one. I want to just literally just creep just a little through maybe like a corner in it or a gap in it and just try and see if there's anyone inside.
Sure. So you go up to it. As you get closer, you can see that there are signs of wear and tear and damage, and as you kind of start to pry open the back corner of it, fuck it. Make an investigation check for me.
Yep. 16 plus 12 is 28. Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
Numbers. Really getting me tonight.
So you enter in, and it's almost pitch black in here. There is an ever so slight amount of light that's coming through the kind of filtered through the grey, cloudy skies. And what little light is filtering in through what seems to be like a couple of slash marks on the side of the tent. There's not really anything in here. There's like a leftover bedroll, kind of rusted over oil lantern. There's still rain kind of seeping into this. It doesn't look like there's that much shelter,
But better than currently got.
empty. Like more like it. With that higher roll, I would say you would know that this has been vacated for years.
Okay. Can I maybe check a few more as I'm in the area? A, to see if there's one that's got better shelter. B, to see if it's a similar situation so we can be a bit more like, okay, we can be a bit more relaxed.
Are you just checking tents, or are you checking just anything that's nearby?
Yeah, I guess I'd go into a bit more detail with the investigation of like, when was the last time someone's come through this way, or yeah, that kind of stuff. So.
Say, just give us another investigation check for me.
Roger. That's 19 plus 12. So a lot.
21.
A lot.
Yeah.
21.
19.
Can you do something for me? 19 plus. Oh, sorry, 31.
Is this just going to be a thing?
Oh my
Like-
god, numbers tonight. I might actually use the rolls on D&D Beyond now.
So, with Varn and Sayri holding back, your undead starting to get a little bit waterlogged.
Give them a clean.
But
Throw some shampoo on.
Spray some fairy liquid on them.
Febreze.
I think you still have Alpha and Beta.
Yes, one got bland, but
Didn't Alpha die?
Yeah, I think Alpha died and you've got Beta.
no, one got. They're both alive.
Oh, okay. It was all the Skellies that got like
One
wrecked.
skelly got blown up. Got boned. One of my zombies nearly. Both got hit, but one very nearly died, and
Yeah.
then my ghost gone because of concentration dropped.
Right. Okay. Perfect. So, when you kind of like look to your undead, Alpha and Beta have kind of gotten their cloaks out, and they've started to create a train of like cloak, like trying to keep each other dry.
That's pretty smart.
Quite good.
That's sweet.
For you, Satine, slowly branching out, not too far, kind of within like a 40-foot radius of where the others are. You find more tents in various kind of levels of disarray. There is actually a almost like a tower, like a siege tower, which looks like it's got some decent shelter. But despite all of the kind of abandoned and destroyed tents and catapults and trebuchets, not a single body anywhere.
Okay. I'll report back, tell them the siege tower was good. There's a siege tower we could take cover in, up ahead, and rest. This looks like it's been abandoned for some time. I do not see any bodies. But I guess after our events earlier, it makes sense that they're not. If they did die, they're no longer dead and no longer friendly.
How big is this encampment?
It stretches as far as you can see, pretty much.
Okay. Would it safe to assume that all the bodies on the other side of this now blockade a tunnel originally came from here? Yeah.
Could be a safe assumption.
Cool.
You're a smart guy.
At least part of them.
Yes. Okay. I believe the previous inhabitants of these tents are currently
Our friends.
in the cave. So, and there was an awful lot of them, so I think we'll be fine.
Okay. Let us take shots in the
Make
siege
haste.
tower. Push him. Rest up.
Lovely stuff. So you push maybe 50-ish feet away from where the kind of exit to the canyon is, and kind of set up shop in this siege tower. So it does have 3 levels to it. There's a ladder that goes up to each floor, and on the top section it's kind of been broken outwards. So normally that would be where it would push out and latch onto a fortress's or a castle's walls, but that's mostly been blown out by something. So that's like a nice little vantage point, and it's kind of blocked off on the sides for the most part. So it is a decent amount of shelter. It's still exposed from the rear, but you feel pretty confident that whatever would be coming from the rear, you've already taken care of.
Got to keep an eye on your rear.
That's true.
Okay. Well, that was unexpected. I did not think the giant would make such a noise, but here we are. Nobody died, but it hasn't made me think maybe we should plan better.
We're definitely through the first line of defense. Which is good.
Yes, this is good. We are making progress.
Are you taking a moment to short rest?
Roll a cigarette.
Okay.
Light up.
So for your short rest, feel free to roll as many hit die as you want. Any other things that you get back on a short rest, do that. As you are here, though, you do still hear the kind of pervasive groans of the undead kind of echoing out from the canyon, but no actual sound from the rubble itself. I will say that for anybody that's got a relatively high passive perception, you can still hear the slight moans of pain from undead that are still smashing their way into your Guardian of Faith?
Yeah, Guardian of Faith. Yeah.
And still every now and again that kind of flash of green that lights up and causes these long dark shadows to stretch out across this expanse in front of the fortress, kind of illuminating the entire area for maybe a few seconds or so, and then it just cuts out, and then again after 6 seconds or so.
Sorry, just doing my healing. So, yeah, it is safe to.
What's she smoking in there?
It is safe to assume
Don't smoke.
our enemies.
Tobacco.
Oh my god. Get out.
That was really special.
Get out.
Can I go?
Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome.
It is safe to say our enemies are in the fortress ahead. If the first line of defense is so brazen, this next line of defense will be much more discreet. I think, from experience.
Well, perhaps we should wait then until there are more of us.
This is not a bad idea.
Randomly, just behind you, at the kind of exit of the canyon itself, you see this like humming silver line of energy slowly expand sideways, standing at about 7 foot tall and about 5 feet wide. Rob, would you like to describe who steps through?
What entrance?
So yeah, out of he doesn't step through. He rides through atop a Pegasus. Made. It's kind of it's got white kind of a very like subtle sheen to it. Its eyes crackle with blue energy.
Dope.
Its horn kind of has like almost a marble kind of swell through it. You see atop the Pegasus a man clad in a very heavy kind of coat, quilted coat with blue and black kind of checks. Atop that, a cloak with a big heavy fur-lined hood that you might recognise as one that Ulysses, well, you guys wouldn't, but one that Ulysses would have worn previously. On his back, you see an absurdly large axe slung over his shoulder. Chest plate of brass with kind of like a Marcus Aurelius-esque kind of torso thing, like chiseled into it. His hair's shaved at the sides, and he's got the kind of the Viking-esque kind of top bit. Black hair with a streak of grey in a little bun, and a big, thick beard plaited into a gold kind of link at the bottom. Yeah, he strides through.
And you look very much alive.
Oh, very much, yeah.
Hand is still on hill, but we are expecting someone, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you see him cautiously kind of ride through, surveying around. Would it be easy to spot these guys?
Unless you guys have made any kind of like campfire or anything like that, probably not.
I would say when I see you come through, if it helps, I would just take a big deep toke and just breathe out a lot of smoke.
Okay, you probably see the glowing red embers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just kind of casually ride over and be like, "Hey friends, I understand we have a fight to do. Yeah?
Reinforcements have arrived.
That they have.
And I'll pull on the reins. I'm Halvar Armstrong. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
What I am sitting.
Hop down.
Handshake.
Handshake, handshake, handshake.
Feel free to put win them for a second.
That's the ring talk.
Yeah. Feel free to put your animal with the rest of them.
A makeshift stable. Yeah.
These are the good ones with the capes, you're fine.
And then there's two at the front that go,
I'll kind of nod with a look of concern, and I'll telepathically say to Mordecai, feel free to have a fly around. Stay close.
It takes a bit of getting used to the undead, but they're quite charming eventually.
I was sceptical at first, but they seem to be useful.
Behaving themselves.
For now.
Every 8 hours or so.
As long as he's around, yes.
You are useful to have around then. We'll do my best to keep it that way. What's the assessment of the threat?
Well, we you wouldn't have seen because you didn't pass through, but there was thousands on the other side of that ridge, undead, giants, zombies, all sorts. But we eluded them to here, and now
As we sit there bandaging out.
yeah, blood
Eluded them so well.
until we didn't. But we are here now, and the threat is, and then I would point in the direction of wherever the fortress is.
And yeah, I would kind of leave, like immediately just be like, that's not good. I don't know what it is, but that's not good. Okay.
What is your specialty? I can assume, but
I'm a seasoned general of the crew. I'm a fighter. I use some tricks given from some higher powers. By and large, I'm in the thick of it, laying down as much righteous fury as I can.
is it holy damage? Is it
Yeah, largely radiant.
This is good.
Yeah, it's,
against these, no offense, fucks?
oh, yeah, he's not fuck. He's,
No, not you, but you're, you know.
I do look a bit like a fuck, just for your benefit. I am like sunken eyes, pale, yeah.
But no offense to you.
No, not
It is,
taken. They're tools.
Don't
They're
want-
tools.
I don't want to offend your friends.
Some undead don't kill people. Wizards do.
So on a documentary on Messi too.
Do you cut that?
Deep
if your tools are of a boon to us in the battle, I see no problem with it.
Once we actually get in a proper combat, they will be very useful, I can assure you.
No doubt. I've fought many of them myself. They are not easy to put down. Which begs the question, is it the four of us? And that is all.
You seem pretty seasoned.
I've seen worse odds. He points to the dragon skull that adorns his pauldron. Says, not a walk in the park by any means, but I have faith.
And what was your? How did you know the Forsaken?
Ulysses was my son. He sought glory and fortune of his own accord, while I tried to make him a military man. He was not the most interested in that life, nor should he be. You know, he had talents elsewhere. Kahul is largely at peace.
I'm
But,
sorry for your loss.
It is a tragedy, but he was with the Stormlord. He resides in the fields of Elysium and is in a blessed place.
17. For your own edification, when he mentions being at peace and mentions his title, you are briefly reminded that at one point General Reinhardt was going to get you to assassinate him after Terrasol had been taken care of, with Grahol being the biggest threat to Reinhardt's war. So it's like a slight recognition to him.
Satine, for that reason and others, is kind of still just kind of, even though the conversation's ended, is just looking at you. Not in a kind of aggressive sense, but just kind of
Almost a passive perception.
sizing you.
Right.
Sizing you up.
Passive perception of 16. I imagine I'd probably pick that up.
This would be more insight.
Insight is also 16.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're trying to hide it.
Not particularly.
Just everybody else has kind of been like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, and then
Not like full on like dagger eyes, but just like kind of like
it's like a linger.
yeah, there is a linger. Yeah.
I trust there is not a problem.
No, Sabine was my daughter, so
I'm sorry for your loss.
much to you. I know how it feels to lose someone special and precious to you, so I'm sorry. But-
We will see that their work is finished.
This is why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Yes.
I'll offer you the same option that I offered these two, in that in this ring lives the soul of one of the Forsaken that I can communicate with, a previous colleague of mine, if you wish to inquire as to their take on your son and how he was in his final moments.
It is not of concern to me. I'm sad to say I did not know my son particularly well towards the later years when he had made his own way through the world. I know what I know of him, and that is how I choose to remember him. But thank you. I appreciate the offer, and my condolences to your trapped friend. That's I cannot imagine a worse fate.
Oh, knowing him, he'll find a way at some point. It's only a matter of time.
Well, I guess we rest up before we move on to the next thing.
I did have one question. In terms of Krahol's pretty sizable military force, they're busy. Have they been involved in this in any way?
There's been kind of rumours of the twins being back, which for most political figures they've kind of just dismissed as like hearsay and the like. The biggest alert, and the reason that you're slightly delayed, is a massive undead force appeared outside of Krahol.
Right.
Roughly about 10,000 strong, which overall for undead that's not terrible, but there are some larger creatures within that, and the fact that they just appeared out of nowhere is a little bit alarming.
Sure.
But since they appeared, have done nothing, but each kind of figurehead for each city received a missive or a message from Lannis, essentially just saying,
He's in the room with us now.
We went under a bridge.
essentially saying, don't try and stop me. If you don't, nothing will happen. If you do, steps will be taken.
Right. So the contingency plan. Okay. I'll communicate that as well and just say my apologies for the delay. I was predisposed with a unexpected show of force from the Fate Twins. It's quite concerning that they have been able to mobilize in such numbers so quickly and almost without warning.
It's the end of the world, which we're trying to stop.
Close to it, yes.
It's very bad.
Well, tonight, if we rest, are we resting now? Are we?
What time is it? Is it like daytime or evening?
Make a nature check.
That's a 6 plus 2.
It's very hard to tell. It's been this same sort of kind of late hour sky pretty much the entire time that you've been in Dunmire. So it's kind of hard to tell if it's morning, noon, night.
Well, this item I have pulls out the key. I believe currently it won't be usable again till dawn, and it does help with us being able to be a bit more. Looks at your what I imagine is heavy armor,
Scout them out.
and just goes. It will help us to be a bit more stealthy. So, if you can wait till dawn.
No rush.
I don't know what time of day it is currently. I have no clue, but
But you'll be able to tell from the key.
no. But if you can tell me when dawn is, then this will work again.
Other
Can
than
I
that,
try and figure it out?
My internet keeps cutting out. I think it's just because of the weather. So.
what kind of time is it from when I left?
Yeah.
To get
From when you left, so Pelagus would have teleported you from Krahol around about midday.
Okay.
And
I
this is,
don't know necessarily where Dunmire is relative to Krahol, the
It's-
time difference. Or
it is essentially like the other side of the world, kind of. So
it's hard to tell.
Okay.
Yeah, not certainly not the Not as nice as Groholm. Groholm's colder, but drier.
I think anywhere is drier. But,
I was about to say less undead, but
Well,
apparently not.
Present company excluded.
Settle down.
I can feel it's coming. I need to go and shout at it.
Hey.
Hey, look at.
Can all of your companions speak?
No. The two slightly larger ones with more flesh can.
Would you miss the others if they were to disappear?
yeah, they are.
Why would you ask such a question?
They are a weapon.
I have a plan to fortify the surrounding area against undead that may approach us for 40,000 feet. The only people that are protected from this are those that can speak a password, otherwise they'll suffer the wrath of the gods.
40,000 feet.
40,000 square feet.
40,000 square feet.
Good lord, what is that?
Undead.
Oh, goddamn!
Do I get a +1?
Anyone that can speak may stay alive. Present with your two more cerebral companions would survive.
Do you require a particular kind of body for
Humanoid.
Well, could you raise a zombie that we had slain?
Yes.
Oh, I see no problem. We couldn't find bodies for you.
So far, there's no bodies around here.
Maybe not here, but it won't be long until we
Dispatch
have
them.
Yes.
Another suggestion, which could help with yours. Does it have to be so big? Can you make it smaller?
Yeah.
Like, do you have to use the full space?
Or you could put us right on the edge of the... You could put the 40,000 foot away from us and we're right on the edge, and
Then we just know to watch our ass.
not like right on the very edge, but we could get it like 30 foot away or something.
Although, my suggestion was going to be, how in-depth commands can you give the not A and B, the others?
They understand everything.
Could you send them forwards on a recon? They are less likely to be picked up than ourselves.
I could do. Yeah.
And then they can tell us what is ahead.
Depending on how long they're away, they might not
Come back.
want to be friends. The undead is very fickle of
My concern is this, speaking to the group, not just you. My concern is this, from the events that just occurred, the Lanux fuckheads will know we are making our way through here now.
I imagine so.
We cannot stay in one place for too long, but what we could do is send your friends ahead, because they are less likely to be picked up as a recon. I can do my bit as well, and know what's next.
I can have Mordecai go.
But if he gets, we know there's anti-air stuff, right? Like from reports we know we can't get flown straight to the location because there's anti-air. Like catapult, siege weapons.
Yeah.
We knew that, right?
Yeah.
So no, you do not want to send him flying ahead.
He's surprisingly rapid.
If he goes, you will miss him.
I can bring him back.
Well, it's up to you, but also it would then let them know we are moving forward.
No,
I say we send your friends ahead. I scout along-ish with them, and we move.
We move now.
Very well.
If you are ready.
They're not very fast.
Well,
One of their legs just snaps.
This one died with a sprained ankle.
Yeah,
He's like, really?
just every now and then there's that.
It may cause a distraction whilst I do the more heavy lifting of scout work, at least.
Fine.
For your recollection, when you were making your way through the canyon, the other undead did seem unresponsive to further undead.
Nice. Yeah.
Before we set out, Halvar pulls out a small loaf and he sprinkles out of his pouch a cross of salt and a cross of wine and breaks it into 4 pieces. Hands one to each of you and just says, "In the name of the fallen." And then takes a bite and says, "You'll forgive me, old habits die hard. In the eve of battle, we would typically feast, but this will have to suffice."
We're just getting close for now. I don't think it's going to happen soon. But
I am ready, regardless. If I am honest with you, it's been some time since I've had an opportunity to swing an axe. I am itching to lay into some of these.
Fucks.
Seems to be the operative word. We'll go with fucks.
Agreed. Right.
Yes.
No, not you.
Oh, sorry.
The other one. The other ones. Not you. Get out of my sight. You could have 2 skeletons.
Oh.
Very shown.
Lucky.
Yeah. On a little leash.
Which ones look the swaggiest?
The swaggiest.
The
They all look
drippiest.
equally distressed.
I'll have the least distressed looking too.
Yes.
Yeah. This and this one.
Yeah, I'll just say follow Satine's commands. They can understand, they just can't speak.
I need you and you walk ahead of me 30 feet. I'll be tracing behind. If you see anything, don't go yet, I'm not finished. Wait there. If you see anything that is of concern to me and my living friends, no offense, please make a loud noise. Give me a loud noise I would recognize. Do I get the impression I'd hear that from 30 feet away? Yeah, okay. And now you? To the other one. Okay. This will work. This is absolutely fine.
What's their intelligence?
6. Collective 1.
6. Okay.
-2 modifier, yeah.
Cool. Alright.
They've got a brain.
Oh. Is there a time limit on them coming back to you before they freak out?
We have until basically long rest.
Okay.
And then I'll recast everything.
Okay, cool. I don't need to tell them that then.
A few recommendations, no metaphors, no analogies, no sarcasm, just be extremely literal and just short, sharp, concise sentences. Very clear instructions, they can't assume anything.
Just like working with people from Luxem, so...
I wouldn't know.
No. I do, so... Okay. Right. I'll let them get a bit of a lead on me.
And slowly begin shuffling.
1 tear comes down my face.
Lost amongst the torrential downpour. Cool. And they're just walking, they're not stealthing.
No.
Cool.
Just being themselves towards the fortress.
Being themselves.
They're 30 feet ahead, you're stealthing up behind them, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, if I could get you to roll a stealth check.
Thriving in their lane. Right now.
Moisturised. Hydrated.
Shambling.
15 plus 17, so it's 32.
That's what you've rolled today.
Oh.
31 and 32.
I'm just playing the stealth. I'm only doing stealth checks this whole episode.
So there is almost like a main track that leads down that separates these two kind of various encampments. And yeah, they slowly shuffle down, rain still hammering down, that pulse every kind of few seconds or so. How far are you going? And are you inspecting anything as you're going by?
if they're at like quite a slow pace.
Actually, the skeletons have got 30 foot, so there's zombos that are slow.
Oh, okay, so these move at the same pace as we would. Okay. In that case, then, yeah, I would like incrementally check for traps and just look out for like any other possible routes. So perception, investigation, I guess, as I'm going to be like, cool, we're walking directly towards it. This isn't going to be our attack eventually. We're going to probably go around. So when does that happen?
Sure. Okay, so for inspecting the surroundings as you go, investigation check for me.
A shot. Cool. So that's 3. So it becomes a 10. 10 plus 12 is 22.
It's 2. Kind of using their just slow meandering pace, you're going to use this time to quickly dip into other little structures as you go along. You do find a long leftover potion of healing. Very stale. Like as you tip it, it just slinks to the side.
Shake it up.
Yeah, just shake it up. Just shake it up.
Oh, I see. That's good. Sorry about that.
But the rest is mostly just rusted over armaments. But again, no bodies. If I could get a perception check, this would be with disadvantage because you're trying to scout out the
like
area.
quite far away. Yeah. 9 plus 11, so dirty 20.
21 because of.
Oh yeah, 21. Sorry.
Yeah, 21. So despite it being incredibly hard to see, but timing it just right with the flashes of light that kind of light up, it's almost like when there's like a thunder strike in Matrix, where the last one is. It's that dense rain.
Revolutions.
But you can see that there's
Revolutions is 3. Sorry.
Sorry, just had to. Sorry, mate.
but you can see that there's multiple paths that you can use. As soon as you come off of this main road that's leading up to it, there's so many different kind of instruments of war and tents that you could probably fairly easily find like a path to sneak up towards the fortress itself without kind of being seen.
Okay.
It'll certainly make your lives a lot easier.
I'm gonna dash up to catch up with the skeletons.
Okay, still shambling along.
And redirect them to go what I can see as a more discreet route.
Okay.
But still stay 30 feet ahead of me and,
Okay, as you start kind of coming back out onto the main path and start running up to them, it stops raining over them.
Oh.
For like a few seconds.
Pause in my tracks. Because I notice it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get into cover and hide. And try and figure out what the fuck that was looking around from hiding.
Make another perception check with disadvantage.
Do you want stealth again as well for me hiding another time, or
you haven't really done anything to break
Okay.
yourself, so I'd say you can keep that.
just perception then?
Yeah.
Is this disadvantage? So it's a 6, becomes 10, so it's another 21. Yeah.
Kind of looking at them, and then kind of looking up and around, you briefly see something disappear into the shadow cover, or into the cloud cover.
But it's flying.
Yeah.
They fly now. Okay. Stealth back to you guys.
You should let them keep on walking. Bye.
Good whistle for them.
Getting slowly further and further away.
I didn't discuss a whistle with them. They won't know what a whistle
What, your
means.
attention?
Now that you're keeping an eye out, about 100 feet like across the road and in the opposite direction to you, just like no rain for like a few seconds, and it starts raining again.
Okay. I feel pretty stealthy, so I'm gonna try and catch up with the skellies and give them instructions to just wait.
Okay.
Because we need all the.
So moving from tent to tent, kind of coming up onto the side of them.
Just like. Wait. Keep a lookout. If you see anything, shout. Not now.
You see, they're like, well, I see loads of stuff, so
I see everything. Yeah, just screaming at
they
the
just
team.
look at each other. Yes.
If you see anything that's not friends, enemies, shout. And then I relay that to the other one, because there's two.
Yeah.
And then I come back to you guys.
Okay.
You start running up, and again you see as you're kind of pushing back up towards your troop, just briefly the rain stops over you,
Over me.
and continues again.
Oh. Okay. Have I seen it go over these guys yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
So I'll stealth,
Mm-hmm.
and then get close to you, probably without you noticing I'm there.
So anyway, I was telling you what this.
Sorry. Something airborne. Eyes up.
Are we inside the tower?
No,
You are, but there's.
Oh, I thought you were
there's-
following.
Oh no.
Oh, you're back in the tower.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So
Okay,
you
I'm-
got maybe like a couple of 100 feet away from there.
Cool.
But there is the third floor if you guys wanted to keep a visual for Satine.
It's not my.
Well, now that I'm back, it's all good.
Yeah, you're all hanging out. Shoot the shit.
Where are they? Are they?
I've told them to wait there about
Okay.
200 feet.
About 200 feet away.
Okay.
Just two undead stood in a row.
And I point them out. If you follow me to the top deck, I point them out and I say, "They're over there and there."
I literally can't see anything.
Yes.
I will take your word.
They're very far away, but there is something.
Abandon my boys.
There is something in the air that is strafing the area. Again, looking at your armor, both of you, I'm like, if we go out there, we're fighting it. So, just thought I'd give you a heads up. I can't help you with any stealth until the dawn. So, gets out the key again. Waves it around, puts it in her pocket. I can't help you. But there's something airborne, so maybe if your steed is airborne, this could give you an
I could
advantage.
certainly get airborne and take a look. Yes.
Can you take anyone on the back of this?
If
I can do range. I don't know if these can do range.
if I'm, I feel awful asking this question, but how much do you weigh? I know it's a very
8
polite
stone?
question.
8 stone something.
What is that in kilos?
Do you take metric or
50 kilos.
Jesus.
Is that a lot? That's quite light, right?
Yeah, well, I'm like 84
Right, yeah.
plus another 10.
But it would not advantage me going with you anyway. I can do range. And I'm better hidden. No offense, but being on the back of your boy is not discreet.
No, it also would not be good for Mordecai. He's
It's okay.
yes.
So, there's something out there. I haven't seen what it is. Actually, from the top of the siege tower, can I just take another look and see if I can get a better idea of what the fuck it is flying around?
Sure.
Disadvantage perception.
Can I aid?
You can have a look at yourself if you want.
I can roll as well.
For me, that would be a 21 again, because again, Bible talent. We'll just call it 21 less than that one.
Okay.
An 8.
25.
With disadvantage.
Say it. Say it for the listeners. What was it?
that? Say it.
Say it. It's in that one.
Thank you.
I'm about to-
Thank you so much.
Is this everyone to look at to try and spot this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, you try.
21.
Satine, with a slightly elevated position, and you can kind of roughly see where you left the two skelly boys, but just kind of dipping below the cloud cover, you see a large winged creature not completely whole, but just dips below the cloud cover and then kind of flies back up again.
Any detail on the wings, scales, feathers? Was it too far?
I'd say because of the rain, it's probably too far to make out any specifics. But it is, in terms of sizes, it would be considered huge.
Okay. It's huge, and not in like the sense of just saying it's big. It's, you know, a huge animal. I'm sure you can read between the lines of what that size would be.
But after watching for a little bit, it doesn't appear to be aiming for them. It seems sporadic. It's just patrolling this area.
So we either try and sneak, or we try and take it out as quickly as possible.
I thought
It is your choice.
We should probably try and sneak because this
having fought a dragon, it is not a quick or quiet affair. An undead dragon, I imagine less so.
and will have the advantage of flight, which most of us do not have.
Okay. So we sneak.
We certainly try.
I will stay far away from you all. But perhaps one of
They're not lambs to be slaughtered.
no, it's okay. I will lead the way. There is and from the top of the tower, because we started to head on this more discreet path, I'll point in the direction of that's where we want to go for, because it seemed like it was not a direct approach to the fortress. It was more of a circumnavigation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll point that out to you all.
Pulse from the fortress.
Is it getting faster?
When the pulse happens, is there any like shadows in the clouds or anything?
Make another perception check. I'd say this is just a straight roll because it's not like a specific detail, it's more just the cloud cover itself.
And do we feel anything?
What did you say?
Is it getting faster?
Make an intelligence check. Do you feel anything?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
25.
25. You don't see, it doesn't seem to penetrate the clouds itself, but it does illuminate this entire area, and as it does, it gives you, and being a military man, this looks like, as it lights up this entire area, you kind of look to the left and the right, possibly about 100,000 strong once we're here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This was a legion. The implications that there is no remains within this encampment would go some way to explain potentially the forces that sit outside many of the nations. That is on the assumption that here is where they came from. What is a more troubling eventuality is that they sit behind those walls.
Yeah.
There was very many bodies on the other side of that mountain range, so.
Reanimated.
So some at least will have been taken by that.
There is some relief.
15 on intelligence.
No,
It's not getting faster.
but each pulse seems to be slowly getting brighter.
Okay. Does anyone notice that's getting brighter with every pulse?
The caster in me would maybe consider some sort of ritual is going on. Being it most likely necromantic, I can't say what it's to. It is but an assumption, but having performed ritual casting before, the body of spells seem similar across all practices.
Would it be something that is like a larger version of something that I've used or seen before? So like something they've scaled up for a larger purpose, so like a casting focus or something, but they've blown it up to have a wider effect.
Well, for you,
Yes.
Satine,
Yes.
just in case it comes into play, roughly it's around 6 seconds between each pulse.
Oh shit.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Roughly.
I would relay that.
Give or take a bonus action or two.
Yeah.
It's about 6 seconds.
Yeah, I'd relay that.
Make Van, make
Make a dex check as I throw a pen at you.
make an Arcana check.
Love it. 23.
That's what he does, baby.
This
is what he
This is what he does.
Being at this elevated position roughly puts you in line with where the top of the castle or the fortress walls are, so it gives you a little bit of a better advantage. The kind of coloration and the faint kind of magical like pulse that comes from this fortress is most definitely necromantic. Given that you know what they're trying to do, which is to remove death from Remerus, you could only, without seeing specifically what they're using and kind of like what tools or whatever instruments they may have, it's just a lot of guesswork, but it would be some sort of like anti-life spell, but reversed and then magnified.
It's definitely some spell is being cast on a vast scale that is to achieve their ends. That's all I can tell you from this distance.
Are you saying that we should make haste before it's completed?
Seems like a reasonable idea. I don't want to know what it is they're attempting. Certainly not in the event that they achieve it.
I would assume there's two of them, right? So the smaller one will be busy with this, but the bigger one, who's to say where he is?
Perhaps defending his brother.
He could be up there, on whatever that is. We must move quickly.
I see.
But stealthily.
And quietly, yes.
Before you do, you just hear as it flies overhead.
Hit the deck.
Do we get him? Can you insight check that? Can you insight check that and go, do they know we're here?
The gust of wind.
Yeah.
I'll let you decide what, like, nature history. Does it sound familiar to something I've faced? In terms of movement and, like, beating of its wings and whatever. I'm happy to roll, whether it's nature, whether it's history, whether it's whatever.
Yeah. I'd say either nature or history, but I will give you advantage. Because you've been here for a while and you have seen it kind of dip below the cloud cover. 2 undead skelly boys, still there, still chilling. Yeah. Still been chilling.
Maybe we do need to do a short on the dead thing.
At least the night.
13. Just from the couple of times where it has dipped below the cloud cover and it's been a little bit closer, it certainly seems dragon in size and scale, but as to how old or what
How
kind,
alive.
hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I'm fairly sure it's some kind of dragon.
Yes, I do not wish to fight that.
Based on what happened last time, if has anyone got anything that can silence the creature if it gets into an altercation with us? I do not want thousands of undead rushing my ass again. If not, we move. But as the kids say, we move.
I'm afraid not. No.
I'm afraid don't deep it.
Say less.
Oh, on God, for real, for real.
I think the only way to silence it would be to do it permanently.
Okay.
It's very much in these
Take
two's
it out.
wheelhouse.
Let us.
If it doesn't have a head, it cannot shout.
This is true.
I have no mouth, yet I mustn't scream.
Let us move.
Nice. Yes. Let's try it.
I'm going to ride atop Mordecai.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. A creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. I've got invisibility through my legacy of Malbol. Who's
Bulge.
the most... Mal's Bulge. And who's the most noisy out of you two?
So I've got a +3 to stealth, but a disadvantage.
Okay.
I've got a +10 to stealth at disadvantage.
Okay.
10?
Yeah, I don't know why.
So,
Great.
So you got +10.
Still a disadvantage, but +10.
That is incredible.
Disadvantage +3.
+3, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your dex
You're fine,
modifier?
right?
1 + 1, that's no disadvantage. Yeah.
0.
Wait, what?
Have you put a pass without trace on there?
Yeah.
You might need to remove that.
No, there's no active conditions or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we had pass without trace last game, and if you've got
that's a good point.
0 for dex,
I did change it.
Yeah. If you've got no proficiency and 0 dex, 10 is a lie.
Yeah, pass without trace. Is the effect?
0.
Is it still in effect?
You nearly had it. You said that with such confidence.
Are you going to be on your boy?
I was going to say, if I ride Mordecai,
Would that be stealth?
so
Oh, shit.
possibly. I mean, the thing is, if I fly, that's quiet. But I'm going to be closer. I don't have to
Visual.
fly high.
You just need to be in the blind spot though,
Yeah.
like Top Gun.
Okay.
He's good.
If
Your goose.
Yeah, I'm going to be aboard Mordecai. I'm going to ride initially, and then he's it's fucking fast. Like it's 90 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I will-
if I need to bounce, I can fly off. But
This I will give to you because you are noisy. You are.
was that the sound of the armor?
Yeah.
Just let us know where you are. And I'm going to touch you and cast invisibility at 2nd level, because that's what it is. Anything the target is... a creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. It's an hour long. Or until you do an action, like an attack. So if we start fighting, you'll drop invisibility.
Not great.
But you are now invisible.
So if I punch them, then it drops. Won't do that.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, I don't know if
no,
it's-
they can take damage.
You can take
They can't
damage,
deal
yeah.
damage.
the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell
Yeah, for an hour.
for an hour. So that'll give you advantage to. So it's just straight.
It would be just straight for me.
In theory.
Depends on how he's being perceived.
It's got
doesn't it?
blind sight.
True.
or
Yeah.
something like
Well,
that
yeah. Then
as
he's
well.
fucked. Yeah. Anyway.
If
I imagine I would have gotten your names as well. Whereas if we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I shook your hand.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I
what was yours actually? If you could repeat it.
Halvar.
Halvar.
Yes.
speaking optimistic,
Yeah, you said Halvar Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yes. I just didn't write it down.
Ah, you silly git.
if I'm able to breach
Go on.
the fortress and we can see
Wait,
what's occurring.
you're breaching already? We just need to get up to it first.
Well,
Oh, yes. Yeah, where are you currently?
follow my voice. I was thinking perhaps I could cleanse the area of undead. However, that would cause me to drop the invisibility.
And would also gain the ire of any that remain immediately.
Yes.
It's a different voice.
If we're about to go in, we'll regroup. So don't
Yes.
do anything until we're...
Well, it looks like the opportunity won't arise as it's a 10-minute cast.
It may.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay.
Let's just see how it goes.
Also, I can
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
I can see you within 10 feet.
Can you?
Bitch, I got blind sense.
It's like seeing the Predator.
Yeah. Right.
Shall we make
Let's
our
try
way?
and move up and be stealthy. Best of luck. What's the call sign if it all goes to shit?
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Okay. So
This is going to go
I'm going to be ahead.
fucking awfully.
So you're ahead. So low light, torrential rain. That does aid you, changes some DCs. The fact that you know when the pulses will come makes it easier for you lot to time when you move. So you will have anybody that's on the ground advantage on stealth checks because you're flying,
Not flying immediately. I'm going to be riding on the ground, and then if anything occurs, I've got 90-foot fly speed, so I can.
Okay, so advantage
Without
with
being
using
told,
just
yeah.
up Mordecai's dex,
Okay,
or if he's got stealth on now.
absolutely.
And then your undead, are they just walking, or are they coming?
Oh yeah,
with
they're
you?
thank fuck they have to roll stealth because they're chillers. Cool bananas.
Yeah.
I'll send them on ahead like they did before, actually.
Go and catch up with your mates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we'll do what we did last time,
Okay.
and but like dispersed a little bit,
Yeah.
so they're not all in one group. They're like
Kind of like
15.
they're
but,
stragglers or
yeah,
something.
just
Yeah.
Same instruction. If there's like something on the ground that's a
Yeah.
problem, give us a little.
yeah.
Okay. So we'll do this a couple of 100 feet at a time. So it's 4 rounds. The dragon itself will have disadvantage to try and see you because it's just, well, you don't know why. It just does. Okay. So first, couple of 100 feet. Roll with advantage.
Looking forward to this. Okay, good.
Well, for the people that have, you're rolling with advantage because of you're on Mordecai, so he doesn't have disadvantage anyway, so that's why you've got advantage. You're just a straight roll because you'd have disadvantage because of your armor.
Invisibility.
Advantage.
You would cancel it out.
Yeah.
So you're just at a straight roll.
Shall I roll again?
No, you can just take that. Whichever is the highest.
Highest one?
Sure, why not?
Oh, such a benevolent thing.
I mean, there's only 2 in it. so.
Okay, so
34.
Obviously.
Yeah.
18.
18,
Dirty 20.
Nice.
20,
11.
11.
That was your higher one as well. You got a full sense of confidence because you're invisible.
Loudest, most invisible person you've ever heard.
big footprints in the mud.
Who fucking nearly slips over?
Careful, there's ice back here! So, Satik, venturing on forwards, easy for you to time the kind of the pulses of light and dodge between the different tents and structures. Easy for you, not an issue. For the rest of you, you feel relatively comfortable that you have managed to maintain a level of discretion that has not drawn the ire of whatever flies above you just yet. Though as you are approaching, you do still see just swaths of rain just stop and then just continue after, just every now and again. Okay, that is a success on the first one. Next couple of 100 feet.
Double threes.
Okay, but
But
Wow.
rounded to 10. So, yeah. 20. Oh, no, sorry. 25.
I don't think you can fail.
Yeah.
unless you get in that one,
Yeah,
just count as
I'll
two.
keep rolling.
Which would
It
count
was,
as
yeah.
2 failures.
And you
so-
need 2 ones though to do it, right? So
Yeah.
so that's
So it's
Snake
a
eyes.
success.
Yeah.
Advance.
16.
Okay.
17.
17.
17 also.
17.
That was the lowest.
Okay.
Lame.
Ooh.
Knees are starting to get a bit tired.
I'm not used to this covert.
Duck
Shit.
walking is not.
Rope's getting all wet.
So on this one again, Satine, absolutely fine. For the rest of the troop, there's a couple of moments where you do get caught out in the light a little bit, but the creature that flies ahead or above you seems to be on the farther side of these planes, and so you feel like it has not noticed.
Zyla's currently using a vestige of divergence to stop the rain on his head.
Oh my god.
Fucking
He
amazing.
doesn't want to get the sniffles.
Can't fight your best when you got a cold.
It's the most powerful relic in the world.
Okay.
Dire Straits.
Third stretch.
Final?
No.
Oh.
Penultimate. Ooh, that's not as good. Better.
29.
29.
13.
13.
11.
Oh,
11.
Ooh,
this is the one.
16.
We're skirting lower.
This is the one. Game over, man. It's game over.
Nah, we got this.
Bow, 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 bow.
Next time.
They didn't have this.
Again, Satine, I would say at this point now you've lost the others. They're somewhere behind you. You don't know where. But you're getting
the process.
you're getting closer, and you're starting to now be able to make out details on the fortress itself. For Halvar and Varn, there's a moment where, as Varn, you're running along with your book over your head, you're kind of focused on, like, you kind of look up and see the rain kind of hitting the book, and you slip and fall into part of the tent, and it's where your shin goes through like a piece of wood, and it makes like a loud crack. At the same time as that happening, however, there's a moment where Mordecai kind of misjudges how far a structure is from like a catapult that you're behind, and as you start to go across, another flash of green, but you still press forward, and as you do, massive creature flies overhead.
My telepathic bond with Mordecai, and it's just saying, get ready to ride.
You can take that to mean that it is aware of movement in your area.
Oh, okay. I'll dimension all the rest of the distance then.
All right, sure.
I don't know why I didn't do that at the start, to be honest.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
As soon as he said he's aware of movement in your area, I don't want to be in that area anymore. So I'm going to remove myself from the area.
Incredible.
So, opening a door in the kind of somewhat broken down tent that you're next to, you just kind of go into, and you immediately appear where?
Can I go near my skelly bones? Providing we're not there yet, or we've passed them and they've joined the rest of the guys and we're all kind of...
You're all roughly at the same pace. They're a little bit further ahead of you. I'd say they're maybe...
But the two that he took have rejoined the rest of my guys, right? And they're all... we've passed where he is.
Yeah, we'll say that they would have been told to move as the others came.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could just go into the middle of them if you wanted to. Or if you want to go straight to the fortress walls.
Nah, nail.
It's 500 foot, so I could go... Yeah, I'll go to... Yeah, I want to go... I want to be sidling up against the fortress wall.
Okay, so as you come out, so going sideways but coming back out onto yourself, you see a fair bit lower a creature flying and now starting to kind of circle around where your amigos are.
How far would that distance have been? 200 foot.
Yeah, 220-ish.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep pinging a message until whoever the closest one is within 120 feet of me, and all it is saying is they know you're there.
Lovely.
And if I just get back, oh, fucking hell.
All right. This is the last one. Now, there's a larger, because there's only 3 of you now.
High margin for
If
error.
yes.
Yeah.
Huh? What? Have we made it worse?
Yeah.
Well, because you're not part of it, if just one of them rolls on that one.
Oh, good. I'm safe.
Any changes to advantages, disadvantages, stuff like that? All samples.
It's the same. Cool.
Well done, Varn. I do think that was the right idea, Quinn, yes.
Okay.
Satine.
So there is a 1 there, alongside an 11.
Oh,
Okay.
that's 3 ones.
3 ones. That's better than 2 ones.
Yeah, grand total of 26 if you take the high number.
26. So, for you, Varn, eventually your message connects with someone. You can't see anything.
No.
You vaguely see your undead
Guys,
troop slowly making their way down the middle of the road. What's the message that you're sending?
Dragon knows your approximate location. Extreme caution advised.
How far? Stealth check?
I'm at the wall.
That'd be
Okay.
12.
I'm at the wall.
Addendum, I'm at the wall. Safe and
So you
sound.
say-
How are you?
Press
Excellent,
hold,
excellent.
edit,
Eight.
message, yeah. 8?
So, both of you start to push out from the cover that you're in, Halvar unaware of Sayri's presence, and you begin to ride. And just as there's like a bright pulse of green, kind of like wince a little bit, and you can see a dark shape kind of propelling itself towards your general vicinity.
Kicking my heels. Gun flying.
Alright, so
And to like veering off to port or starboard away from this thing that's coming at me. Like just trying to either draw it away or just get out of its trajectory.
if I could get you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I feel like you fools check.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, so we've taken a path that goes like around the castle, but can lead to the wall still, right?
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. We're not
Kind of like-
not head on with it.
Like diagonal, sort of.
Diagonally.
Yes.
16.
16, that's not too bad. So as this large dark shape comes propelling towards you, Mordecai manages to bank right and immediately fly off and kind of book it quite some distance. For you, Sayri, you just see a large dragon with an exposed rib cage, kind of this crackling energy in its throat where it's missing a part, kind of smashes into the ground about 10 feet to your left. Doesn't know that you're there, but it immediately crashes into it and begins to kind of like try to ascertain where Halvar is gone.
I'm gonna. So it's on my left. Is there anything on my right to sidle up to, or is it just expanse?
Yeah, I'd say there's like a broken kind of catapult where it's like the actual pole part of the main section is kind of snapped off. So there's some bits of wood that you can kind of like get some coverage behind.
I would like to try and get some cover
Sure. Yeah.
as stealthily as possible.
Can we see that, like, he's made?
So you're
can't
like,
see me.
you, Satine, are like running, and you get this message from Varn. You're like, oh, okay, and you just hear "Goosh" as like something massive impacts the ground, roughly about 50 feet behind you.
Can I see it?
Another dragon has hit the.
Okay. I'm just going to let it play out for a moment, but I'm going to ready my heavy crossbow.
Okay, so you ready your heavy crossbow. Halvar, you have taken off 90 feet Now, luckily, this creature only has an 80-foot fly speed.
Cool.
So it can't quite keep up with you, and it like smashes off from the ground, and you, Sayri, have to kind of take cover as bits of dirt and debris and wood kind of smack across the shelter that you were taking as it starts chasing after you, Halvar, and you kind of feel like this massive jaw like gush, 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 trying to snatch
And
onto you.
it's not like full focus ahead, like not looking back, and I can sense that Mordecai's like, oh, what? I can't speak, but I've got a telepathic one that it understands common, and I'm just hearing ah. But I'm just like kind of heels dug in, like it got a bond of trust, and it's just like no, we're good, like we're fine.
Yep.
I'm glad I chose Pegasus over Griffin now. Griffin probably would have looked cooler.
Yeah.
But 10 feet slower, so.
Ooh.
As you've taken off to the right and starting to like kind of lead this chase, you, Sayri, notice the rain stop over you for a moment. Just for a few seconds, and it comes back again. As you're looking out, you see Halvar go off to the left for you. You see the dragon take off of the ground and start chasing after him. As it does, and it's kind of chasing him for maybe like a few
Moments.
a few feet or so, you see another large shape approaching.
Shit,
from-
I was right.
Second dragon.
That's hit the group.
It's another meg.
I'll ping Satine again and say, first dragon is chasing Halvar. There's another one. Shit.
Halvar,
With the best music.
for you and Mordecai, I'll let you use whoever's saving throw is higher. Can I get you to make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Damn.
This is epic. This image of these two, like, just trying
Off
to.
in the sky.
Yeah, just trying to, while he's holding on for dear life.
17.
17. 30, so, after a couple of seconds, the snapping stops, and you hear a. And there's an explosion of energy that comes propelling out from behind you. So,
Do I make the saving throw?
you do not. And it rolled really high.
Okay. If you might subjective effect.
Now, what I'll say is you can separate the damage between yourself and Mordecai to kind of soften the blow.
I
But
was going to say, I've got the mounted combatant feat, which means even if I fail the saving throw, he only takes half damage.
okay, but that's good because you take 85 points
Oh,
of
no.
lightning damage.
Oh.
But I haven't popped the. But now that I know that, how often can I do it? Oh fuck!
Oh damn.
But as you
until the next dawn.
take this massive load of like kind of electrical fiery damage that almost envelops you completely, it is coming from directly behind you and just suddenly comes from below and seems to lessen. For what you guys see is Sarsil in his dragon form descends from the clouds. He's not a mad one. He's the boy. He just immediately collides with this undead dragon and immediately starts trying to push it down into the ground.
Sick.
Through telepathy, you three, he's not met you, just hear I love a good fight. I'll do what I can, but please hurry up. I don't want to damage my clothes.
He's still got a cape on.
And he just
Good
like,
guy.
as he like pushes it down into the ground, just and just starts breathing this torrent of flame into the side of its head. But there's maybe about from where you are, Sayri, about 80 feet away, just two dragons just smashing into each other and just chunks of rock flying overhead.
I'll pull back. I need to make a note of that damage. So how much was it? 80?
85.
That is sick.
Yeah, it
That
rolls.
is dragon on dragon action. That's what
Speaking
we've
of Godzilla, and he spits in the Muto's mouth.
Oh, he doesn't spit. Don't make it weird.
Well, just think about subtext.
Spit.
Open your mouth. Open your fucking mouth.
Piece of shit.
Silver boy.
With that, I'll pull up on the reins and it'll be like a big, like kind of majestic thing in the air, and I start flying down towards it, and then realise, oh, that dragon's on our side, and then try and look for the party from behind.
Yeah, I'd say.
I'm just waving at the wall.
Yeah. You can see.
That's the sign.
Move in.
You see Varn towards the gate of the fortress.
So I'll essentially plummet like down to get out of the sky, so that I'm not immediately obvious to whoever might be looking, and then ride with a reasonable pace towards Varn. Caring less about being spotted by the dragon now.
Kind of going down and slowing down to a trot into him. You, as Halvar and Mordecai come up to you, singed. Like,
it's like still smoking. Yeah.
Big hair.
I don't see him fly away.
The bun's not a bun anymore. It's just like a mohawk.
Oh God, is it a messy bun? Days off, am I right?
but Sayri, you slowly start to make your way towards the front gate as well. But just from for the people's perspective looking out, it's just these two massive dragons just going at it, like just tearing chunks out of each other and just flame and breath.
Yeah, the first thing I ask as I get close enough to anyone that I can only suppose I can only see Varn is, do we help?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Have you
No,
seen?
it's the new dragon is actually how the three of us got here.
Oh,
There's an ally of ours, and he
That's
messaged
really-
us to say he's deliberately making a distraction. So
Excellent.
let's make haste once the other two arrive.
Yes, the team wants to stealth sprint over to you. What are you talking about? We've got a distraction. Let's go.
We're down.
We've got to go. We've got to go. Where's the way in? Can we see a way in?
Well, if you came from a more diagonal approach, I mean, sure, make an investigation check. As you're kind of looking around,
That was cocked. That was cocked. That was cocked.
the dragons begin flying a little bit higher into the sky. Still breath,
that's
like cutting from the sky.
19 plus 12, which is.
31.
Can you do
What
something?
a surprise.
for me?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a sheer climb. You know that the main entrance is a little bit around to the right-hand side, which is where Varn's undead are currently stood, just outside the main gates, just a little troop, just
Waiting for
completely
entrance, yeah.
unaffected by the events going on behind them.
Oh, to be an undead.
But yeah, there are ramparts, so if you do have climbing tools, you could probably throw something up and get up there, or you could try your luck with the front door. You've got options.
I can fly someone up.
Yeah, we're down. Wait, Sayri's not
Do
here
you know where
yet.
Sayri is?
On their way.
But I mean, Sayri, you as they are discussing and talking about, oh, where's Sayri? You kind of jog up, but none of you hear her arrive
I'm
from the
here
rain.
too. You can sense me though, right?
Oh yeah,
Well, you
okay,
can
those-
do the
scene
yeah,
10 foot.
Within 10 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can, when you get within 10 feet, I'm like, Siri is here.
Oh, good.
They're invisible still.
That's good. That is good.
Right,
I
so
don't-
send Siri up.
Yes, I don't mean to trouble you before I do. I got walloped.
Say less.
If you cast a spell, you're going to drop invisibility. But this
Ah.
next bit, is it worthwhile just holding fire? Get you up there,
I
get
don't
rope
know how
down.
invisibility works.
I don't know, I'm just...
You can always take another short rest. I mean, technically you haven't taken one yet, so
Well, we've got a big distraction going on out front now, so we
Yeah,
want to get up onto the castle
inside
whilst
at
that
least.
is still fucking kicking off.
And we don't want to try the front door,
No, I don't think that's
Probably
a
not a
good
good
idea.
idea.
so we're going to make 9 trips up the wall. How high is this wall?
If you can you fly?
For combat maneuvers, it's likely just myself, but for transport, I can take one other or send 2 up at a time.
If we put you up the top because you're invisible and I'm pointing at you, even though there's no one there, you can't see him. I'm pointing at you at this point.
At that point, I look down and see just a couple of footprints.
roughly 50 feet high.
If
Okay, not
if
too
you
bad.
fly up, throw a rope down,
Yep.
we then come up.
I only have.
You got undead climb?
Yeah, I mean as good as anyone. Which is to say, I'm definitely not fucking climbing.
No, you can. Mordecai will take it.
I only have 50 feet of rope. But that should be enough to
At
scale
least
enough
hang it and then-
wall and find somewhere to hopefully lay low.
Am I the only one that can fly?
And I point at my Pegasus and say no. Oh, it can't or can?
Can't fly.
Oh no!
Oh, I can't.
I point at the Pegasus and say it's fine.
Okay. Let's get up this wall. then.
Go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So I'll
do it.
send 2 people up on Mordecai. Give him a kiss on his snoot, not his forehead, because that hurt.
A little singe on the side of the face.
Just give it a brush off and get the soot off. And yeah, like you know when people like pat their horses on like the side of the neck, just give them one of those, and then
Good boy.
yeah, and send
Sugar cube.
two up. So you 2 go up first.
Me and
90 up both ways with a dash, 180 feet. So it could do.
So it's pretty quick at ferrying people up and down.
First person up it, whoever it is safe, right?
Well, who was the first going up?
we'll
I'll be the first to walk in because I'm invisible.
But then you're
but
flying up
you're
to the top of the
still
battlements.
noisy even with that. Put me up there first.
Okay.
Well, I can't see anyone on the back of Mordecai, but telepathic link was like, oh yeah, there's someone on me. I was like, okay, cool.
Right.
So he's going to take you up to the lip of the wall, but he's not going to breach it. He's going to let you climb
Cool. Climb up. Climb over.
off his back.
Being stealthy whilst I'm doing it.
Sure. If I can get you to,
Ballista.
if I can get you to make a stealth check.
Both of us?
I think it's
Oh,
just,
you're up as
it's
well,
just,
yeah.
it's-
Well, there's
let
2
me
of
go,
us
let me
flying
go
up.
first over the wall,
Okay, yeah.
and then I'll give you a sign to come up.
Okay.
Yeah. 18 plus 15,
33.
33.
Free. Feel pretty confident that nobody would be able to see you as you roll over the ramparts.
And now I'm over, can I have a look around, see if I can see
Sure.
Undead, I can see the Thay twins, I can see the Ballista trained at me.
They're actually just using like the toaster in the break room.
Make a perception check for me.
There's just some tin foil in the microwave.
Oh, who's done that again?
don't let me tap the sign.
15 plus 11's 26.
26.
Yeah.
So as you kind of roll over and you kind of get a chance to situate yourself, there are kind of various undead that are scattered along the ramparts, mostly on the right-hand side of the fortress, and then a few more as you kind of come up. You've got like a kind of gangway that leads over to the left and over the front of it, and kind of down at the far end there's another batch over there. But for the most part, there is maybe about 20 or so undead that are just roaming around this courtyard, seemingly not that perturbed by the commotion going on outside. I will say, as you kind of turn back around to kind of say that it's all good, with your perception, you do see what looks like a small creature roughly about 40 feet away from this fortress. almost like a small gargoyle, unmoving, just kind of like inert in the dirt
Outside of the fortress.
outside of the fortress. As you kind of go to lean over and
40 feet from where the guys on the ground are.
yeah.
Okay. And do I get an impression that if everyone was to be up top right now, we would stab it like a sore fucking thumb?
If anything, right now is the best time, as most of the dead
Dispersed.
because they've grouped up. You would assume that that's because they're like spectating. If they weren't, this
They would
area
be-
that you're in would
be
be
impossible.
there'd be more traffic.
Okay. I just say to you, as quick as you can, get everybody up. 40 feet on your 6, there's something.
Yeah.
Bring everybody else up, send a message, come back up.
Am I going down or am I getting out?
You get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause then you can-
Mordecai,
yeah.
Oh, can he forward that message?
Speaks common. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Understands common, has a telepathic link with me.
If he's overheard me saying that to you,
Yeah.
and you go, yeah, but I'm getting out, then I'm sure he'll then tell you. Yeah.
There's like a little butt scoop
Yeah.
as you get out. Like,
Thank
come on,
you.
hurry. Comes down, next up would be Vaughn and some of his boys, I imagine, or are they staying at the door?
The entourage.
The entourage.
I don't know, how risky is it to go and get them?
Let them
Takes more
come.
time.
Let them go through the front. Yeah.
I accidentally said let them come.
You accidentally.
Hey,
did
come
that.
on, let them come.
Let them go. They've been waiting years. They've been edging for years.
That's why I just can't speak anymore.
How, if I lay out in the open?
Currently, they are
Lord.
stood about 30 feet away from the gates to this fortress.
Okay.
Just stood there.
Could I like shout to them without raising attention?
Sure.
No, is that a sure or is that?
That's at the end.
I would say that based on how heavy it's raining and the fact that most of the undead that would otherwise be keeping an eye out for people approaching are
I think I've got a
distracted.
message.
Sure,
Alpha, get over here. Bring them all. Act casual.
Alpha, bring the
Nonchalant.
boys.
Bring the entourage.
Pretend to be undead.
And then he just kind of like pulls his pelvis forward.
That's right.
And
Keep
they
doing what you're doing.
slowly, as a group, move over towards where you are.
He's such a method actor. Alpha, such a method actor.
He's getting ideas of other station though. Like,
Yeah. Bring him down a bit.
yeah.
Maybe we could unionize.
Spell the spell. They're gone.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
gone. To dust. Now they're with us, then yeah. Bring them up. Bring them up.
Okay. So we say,
Another
given the speed, pretty quickly, within like 30 seconds, you've gotten pretty much everybody up.
The fight's still ongoing out there between the two.
So by the time that you get up, make a perception check.
19.
19. You kind of get the last of everybody over, and you kind of start to look out, and you can see a couple of black shapes fast approaching the fortress itself.
I look to you and say, can you let Sasil know he's got company? He should get out of here.
No.
Oh. I thought you had.
It's a limited range.
Shit.
Who knows the deal?
I'll
Yeah.
I want to fly over that thing, whatever it is, that's in the ground. Like just do a flyby.
Oh yeah.
I can, on the way back, like if I've got 180 feet in a dash, I can get close enough to shout, "You need to go," and then fly back. Like not get close enough that I'm hopefully gonna, but yeah, just
Oh, to the thing on the ground.
And to
not,
Sasil.
well, fly over the thing on the ground, try and get a peek at it, and then shout at Sarsil.
You can't see Sarsil or the other dragon. They flew off.
Oh, they flew.
Oh, okay.
So whilst you've been ferrying, they went off.
And there's
So the
three.
two black
And
things
there's
may
two
be-
things.
That may be them. That may be
Oh,
two
okay.
dragons.
Cool. Sorry, I misunderstood.
That's all right. Dumbass.
You're thick as shit.
Yeah, so on the way back up, I just want to do a quick pass over whatever it is that's just lying on the ground, not close enough to hopefully getting its aggro.
Yeah.
So we'll use MMO speak.
As you do, make a perception check.
Natural 1.
Oh dear.
As you go to fly where it is, there's something there, but you fly by with too much speed that you don't really get a chance to make out any details.
Does Mordecai get a really good chance?
Probably
Keen
not.
eye.
Perception +6. So
Keen
possibly. Can I roll for Mordecai?
Can he?
Sure.
Did you see that? I think maybe I saw it. 13.
13.
Moving too fast.
It looks like a little gross baby with wings.
No, we don't want gross. No more gross babies.
Yeah.
Is it another homunc?
Oh my god! That's sweet.
The homunculus, the entourage.
What's wrong, Quinn? You're not talking to me anymore.
What's wrong?
I'll hop off at the top and give Mordecai and just say do laps.
Yeah.
Stay away from the dragons. Keep away from the dragons. And just do laps. If you need your call. And then I'll say, Mordecai says there's a weird winged infant on the ground out there. Anyone know what that could be?
I don't know.
Is it dead?
Hard to say.
We're far away. We don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
What's Quinn say? Is Quinn in the ring aware of any of this?
I don't think you can hear anything unless you speak to him.
Yeah, no, I won't relax. It's just there's a lot going on. Chat now, he's doing his own thing.
Can I give another look if you like? It'll take me a second.
From when I rolled over the castle wall, can I see where the best place for us to all as a group move to would be? And I say group, there's all 10 of us up there now with your boys?
Yep.
Fuck, roughly.
We are the entourage.
So as you've all kind of gotten up, hunkered down, there's a few bits like the ramparts themselves have got that classic kind of square pegged thing. So you're able to hunker down.
Sorry.
You're able to hunker down, and there's little bits that kind of keep you somewhat obfuscated from whatever's in the courtyard itself and the others that are slowly starting to kind of come back from the distraction outside. Make another perception check.
See what that. It's a natural fucking 20! Plus 11 for 31.
31. You can see that on the ramparts themselves there are an entrance on either side, and then there's this large courtyard with a set of stairs that goes up, levels out, up, and then pushes into a big set of double doors. But there are about 20 undead within the courtyard itself. You can either... Well, it's up to you what you do.
From my past experience of being a sneaky bitch, what would be the best course of action if we were trying to at least pause for a moment and figure out what to do next? Because I don't want to just stand here and wait for someone to just walk over to us.
I'd say that there is enough of some sort of storage down below that you could feasibly drop down and hide behind that and take stock of your situation and at least be safe for a few minutes or so. Excuse me, sorry.
I'd relay that and say we've got options. We move with our advantage and try and take out anyone that's moving towards us, or we can pause for a moment and then direct them to where we can do it.
I see no issue with taking stock.
Take stock?
Sounds good to me.
Let's do it. So I'd lead them to where I think would look like a good opportunity to pause.
Okay, so you push along the ramparts a little bit to the first kind of almost like housing unit, and there are a set of stairs that lead down, but as you're kind of approaching it, you can see just up ahead that there are undead that are starting to come away from the wall and beginning to look in your general direction as to where they were supposed to be. So
I'll say to Varn, maybe move your boys up front.
Make it bubble.
Yeah, that will go around the back of them, yeah.
Yeah, like a wall.
Yeah. and then we'll pass around them.
Pass down. The undead kind of creating a little bit of a blockade. So as the other undead look, they don't immediately suspect that there's anything wrong. They just see more undead creatures.
Nice. Take.
You push down, go through a gated door that leads out into this courtyard, and just to your left, about 15 feet away, there's various kind of crates, boxes that offer enough protection and shelter from the rest of the courtyard, and it's close enough to the back wall that you only really have to worry about anything seeing you from this right side. But that, in a relatively open courtyard, that's the best that you can hope for.
Cool. Same thing. If there's a spare undead on that right corner, keep an eye out for us. Let's take a moment.
Cool. So you go there, kind of hunker in behind this and set up a wall of undead. And we're going to take a quick break there for about 10 minutes, just so we can all get up, stretch our legs, have a piss. And we'll be back in 10. Hello, and welcome back. So,
that was really solemn.
yeah, rain, music.
Rain stick. That deserves a round of applause.
Best noise in the campaign.
Yeah.
Best noise.
You've done some sound effects. That was the best one.
3 years and that's the best.
That's the best one.
Good thing I'm retiring. So, hunkered down behind some crates. You like crates, do you?
Can you create any, Master?
I was slapped.
Is there any markings on these crates?
Just make an investigation check for me.
Intelligence. Well, I'm thinking Army of the Undead. What fucking supplies do they need?
Yeah.
Bad guy
They need
shit.
food.
Wayne Enterprise.
We do not allow cell phones in my fortress.
16.
Let's send expanse.
I'm looking for like asset lists. You know, transport logs, stamps, seals, delivered.
I'm yours.
So, what you find are a series of almost like burnt in scorch marks. Brands, that's the one.
Coke, Pepsi, Nike.
Russell. Brian.
I hate everything that you do.
Joe Brand.
Name one more.
Adidas. No, Pepsi Corp. I already
Not
said that.
sponsored.
Nestle, because it is truly evil.
You may continue.
Not sponsored.
Definitely not by Nestle.
It is a brand of a. I need to remember what its name was. Bear with me but a moment whilst I look through my nose.
See if it's like a Wolf Cola thing, you know. Someone's been, who's been supplying them. They might be, they might have some allies.
That's the official code of grief, though, right?
So
When we finish the fight,
Yeah, we
we're
can
going to
attack
hunt these
them,
fuckers down. Yeah.
how'd your goods end up there, eh?
Yeah, come on then. Tell us more. This is HMRC.
Ding dong. Open up.
Nothing to declare, did you? Going into. I beg to differ.
What's your inventory logs for the last 3 years?
Show me the manifest.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes.
Advanced supplies. Nothing. Don't look at these.
Ignore that.
Don't look at these crates.
Varnco Enterprises.
On these,
No,
a lot of the branding is relating to a place called Black Lance Sanctum.
That's familiar. Why is that familiar?
Ah.
Yeah, go on.
No.
Is
What
that...
piece of insight have you got
I
to
mean-
share with us?
This is Simon speaking, so I'll leave it.
Simon.
He's in the room with us now. The master.
Spin his wrists.
Interesting. Got busted out afterwards.
It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Just trying to get through it.
But with that investigation, kind of prying them open a little bit, mostly empty, just like hay and stuff like that in there.
Weapons, I reckon.
Oh yeah,
If I was a better in there.
that would make sense. And so what's the play? We have a minute to plan
We
what we're doing
don't
next.
know where to go or what to do, so presumably
I'm
to
assuming the only way is up.
Maybe.
As a large impact is felt from your left-hand side, closer to where the gates are, as you hear what is like clawing on stone and metal and kind of thrashing about, and you see directly through the gates, just as you kind of peer over, this massive torrent of electrical, fiery energy blast through and actually takes out a few undead in the middle of the courtyard.
Yeet. Once that clears, do we want to go?
I think now would be the time to make a move.
Seems as good as done as any.
up, stairs up, yeah?
Yeah, back up upstairs,
Up,
take
go.
a round parts.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Back.
So you go back up.
Yeah.
Okay. As you push back up, you can see that the undead had actually shifted around, and at this point now they have started to pull out like bows and things like that. Just make a group stealth check for me.
Roger that.
Advantage because of the range?
Advantage because of the distractions? I don't need advantage.
Nope.
Natural 20, so put your advantage in your bin.
It's in the bin. Oh, hang on. Good. There you go. It's in the bin.
Didn't want to do it.
Shredded. That's a shredder.
The rest of you?
25.
25?
14.
14?
Say again.
7. Overall, pretty good, and with your undead kind of blockade behind you, stops the undead from hearing your kind of rush along the ramparts into one of the far doors that lead into the fortress itself. Kind of barging in, there is a arm for you to kind of block the door behind you if you want to.
Yeah.
So as you all filter into a low-lit interior, you have time to do so if you want to, or you can just keep pushing.
Wait, are your undead still on the outside?
No, everyone's in.
Okay,
I've got them to block the door behind us, so we
Cool.
don't have to
Buzz
do it.
in.
Okay,
Love
there
that.
you
Yep.
Cool.
Looking around, is there anything in the room?
In the room with you now,
Sam.
Sam.
is make a perception check for me.
Is it low lit?
Rolls
Is
go.
it low lit? Is it low
Oh,
lit?
yeah.
It's low lit.
Can we? Does anybody have any kind of way of lighting this space up?
Oh, I do. I'll cast.
Light of the finger.
I'll drop invisibility.
It's not worth it.
Well, how long do we have left of it? Half an hour, maybe?
Probably at this point.
It gives us the element of surprise for 30 more minutes.
Yeah. I'll keep
See,
it.
I'll just light a torch and give it to one of my zombies.
I light my cigarette.
19.
19. It looks to be essentially like a small garrison room. Ones that you are very familiar with. A lot of people that do stints of kind of keeping watch will often kind of have a barracks close by so that they can drop their stuff off and immediately leave a fort or fortress pretty quickly. So yeah.
I'll do a quick recce just to see if there's anything by the cots or anything like that, any foot lockers or anything that can be
Sure.
popped open.
Yeah. Make an investigation check.
Investigation. 0, that's 15.
15. It's not too bad. Again, similar to the instruments that you found outside, though in slightly better condition. Kind of long rusted swords, armor, plate mail, chain mail. There's a few kind of, what's the word that I'm looking for? I don't know.
Bits.
Boxes that you would keep your shit in. Foot lockers, that's the one. There you go.
Don't give me credit.
Foot lockers that have some old, like very old, worn pictures of families. A couple of medallions of different deities. Just random stuff, really. Not really anything not of interest.
Random.
No.
Okay. There's like a solemn feeling when I see the pictures. But you press on. This is war.
We move.
Yeah, just a nod to people I can see. And my best guess at the direction of the people I can't.
Inwards and upwards.
Yeah. I can go ahead and check for any kind of traps and doors and stuff like that.
Did we the big green glow? That's I imagine that's still happening.
So now that you're in the interior, other than just like that light flashing through like the grate on the door that leads into this room, you don't see anything.
Okay. And when we came in, did we notice it was like up in like there was like a platform or something that was up on, or
It was actually almost deeper into like the mountainside. It was like this fortress kind of goes into the mountain itself.
Cool. I suggest we continue to push.
Up and in.
I'll take the point. Stealthy proceedings.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Checking for traps and on the journey as well.
Sure thing. Well, if you would like to roll stealth for me.
It's 26.
Lovely stuff. And you're checking for traps as well.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check for me.
Yes. Oh, that's terrible! Oh no, because reliable talent. So it's 22.
That's it. So,
Love that for me.
feeling pretty confident that nobody can see you, you push out of this room and it leads you into a corridor. About 30 feet in front of you. It splits off to the left. And there's a door immediately on your right, and there seems to be another doorway a little bit further on as well.
Which one would continue towards the mountain? From my bearings.
Because you pushed in, you would assume, the two on your right could just be rooms, or they could lead further on. The one on your left just seems to be another corridor that goes on, so...
Corridor?
Sure.
Yeah.
Push to the left. You carry on. There's another door.
Can I check it for traps?
Sure, make another investigation check.
Then super spicy with this one, that's cocked. 12 plus 12 is 24.
24. Kind of feeling around the edges, kind of taking everything in. Doesn't appear to be trapped.
Check the door.
It is unlocked.
Keys to the castle, baby. Let's run into the room now.
Okay. You push in, and it is a pantry. And as you do push in, the smell of old, rotten food just kind of hits the nostrils.
Yum.
There's a few flies in the air as well. You can see that there's maybe some leftover potatoes that have some maggots growing or kind of crawling through them.
No. Push onwards.
Okay.
So another door leads through.
All right. The rest of you are you tailing?
Oh,
you just
we're
staying
waiting,
back?
right?
I wasn't sure if you was
I thought we were
following, yeah.
following.
Oh, okay.
like a
I
ways back.
imagine you'd be following me. If you don't follow me, I'll eventually go, fuck are they? And come back from the gate. You can come along.
So you'll push up. Are you just keeping it to where it's just like any breakage of line, eyesight?
Yeah,
With them.
I think so.
Yeah.
And you can just check the doors to see if it's going somewhere good,
Yeah.
and just follow the lead.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you guys get to the corner, and then you clear the pantry. You guys push into the pantry, and you go to push out again. You walk for about 30 feet, and it's kind of cold, and there's a couple of steps that lead down into what looks like a kind of crypt.
Cool. I'll pause for a second, let you guys catch up with me. I think we're getting a bit more into it now. This seems a bit more undead. So
Any bodies in here?
we can move forwards, but I just thought I would catch up with you and let you know. Is there anyone that can make any kind of light? I can see okay, but
I don't think we should.
okay.
I'll just take your word for it.
Did you hear anything?
No. I can continue on. I'll move forwards 30 feet.
Okay,
Keep
so
going.
it's kind of like a big square room. There's, as you come in, immediately to your left, there is a path that leads into what looks like a larger chamber, and then there's a corridor on your right that seems to kind of push deeper, which would be into the mountain itself.
Continue along the corridor. But again, stealthy, checking as I'm walking, make sure there's no pressure plates, no silliness. It's gonna
Make another investigation check for me.
it's a natural one.
You feel pretty confident that there is nothing in the vicinity, and you actually push forwards, and as you do, you get to a stretcher corridor where on your left there's actually two sets of stairs that lead up, and then directly ahead of you there's a set of double doors, but there's like a faint green glow filtering through from underneath.
Oh,
What is the passive perception for Halvar, Sayri, and
16.
16?
18.
18. For Halvar and Sayri, as Satine is kind of venturing up forward, sticking to the sides of the walls, you hear some like shifting of stone on stone
From which direction?
from multiple directions. From like a little too further on from your left, directly ahead of you, just around the corner to your right, and eventually you can hear just that.
Ready my axe.
That doesn't sound like one of mine.
We have
can't hear the cape.
we have company.
Get him a heavy crossbow out. Yeah, no. Daggers.
Get your daggers out. As you do, directly across from you two, Halvar and Sayri, you just see fingers creep out from behind what did look like just a solid stone wall, and slowly you can see like this half-decayed face, and it looks like glint in its eye. Look at you. I need you all to roll initiative for me.
God damn.
That's bad. That's a real bad initiative.
Much better.
Diggity dog.
It was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hundreds of undead.
Do you think we'll get? This is not Nathan, don't answer. Do you think we'll get a long rest before we go and do the big boss?
Yeah.
You reckon 8 hours?
Yeah.
We're in there for this.
Yeah, I know. Which sounds wild, right? Yeah. So
No, we won't.
I'm basically doing nothing this fight.
Sure,
I'm saving
yeah.
all my spell slots.
I was
Yeah.
saying, I'm not smiting.
Yeah. Good. We're on the same page.
Yeah, have I got any bonuses that I can actually burn? No. So, like, there's nothing that needs to reset, so I'm just gonna... Although I've burnt invisibility, so that's a shame.
Hello.
Hello.
Check,
If we can get a short rest then, I'd be quite
Yeah.
happy. Because I'm still hurting after being blasted by lightning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I guess you'll have an opportunity to heal from Savoury very soon.
Yeah.
She busts out of invisibility.
No splash.
Channel Divinity wants a short rest. So if I get
Okay.
a short rest, it means I've still got my give me advantage on attacks thing?
Yeah, I got Divine Strike as well. 10 undead. Got a
Weapons in this guy if you feel the vibe.
fancy sword.
Fancy sound.
Okay, one spell slot back on a short rest. That's it.
Could be all it takes.
One slide is all it takes.
Was that pressure plate then that I've triggered?
You don't know.
Oh, you bastard.
And you never know.
Yeah!
Let's go.
I'm about to thread.
Cool. Okay, so 25 to 20.
No.
25, baby!
Can you do some for me?
15 to 20.
Oh, damn.
Oh, you know,
Yeah, we know Rob's.
all too well.
Oh, no.
10 to 15.
Yeah, I got 11.
12. Obviously.
How old do you have to be to roll initiative?
Old enough. Approximately 17 and a half. Throw up.
That was just a little burp.
Just a little burp.
That one's pretty good.
Okay, lovely stuff. So, as the sound of... Oh, I need to get some...
Bum, 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 bum. Digital theatre of the mind, baby, or do you need to clear a space?
We do Fear of the Mind at this time.
With me, baby girl. Baby girl, baby girl.
I mean, there is no rain anymore, but there is the sound of...
Banter.
Right, lovely stuff. So, you are currently in a square room with roughly, minus the entrance that you've just come in, you've got an entrance to your left, one directly ahead of you, one just to the right of that, and then the way that Sabina's gone off to. And from all of those other entrances, you just see various undead beginning to filter in. But up first is Satine.
So I've kind of dashed down the corridor that we need to exit out of, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking back, can I see any undead?
From your vantage point, what is that?
It's without like actually moving from.
Yeah, about 50 feet away.
Okay.
Kind of shambling in through where that kind of larger entrance hall was.
Okay. Gonna do something different. I've gone for daggers, but I've actually pulled a dagger and the awakened key.
Mm-hmm.
So the infiltrator's key, and then I'm going to use a bonus action to turn the infiltrator's key into a dagger magically. And can I throw it at an undead and yeet it at them?
Sure.
Yeah. Would I be any disadvantage from the distance? 50 feet.
Yeah, your dagger should say what your ranges are.
It doesn't actually have a lot of information about how it works as a weapon.
It just turns into a dagger.
A +1.
So which is 30 range, I think, for throwing.
I think it's like 20 and 60, isn't it?
Oh, maybe you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
have you got a dagger equipped?
I got I've got +1 dagger, so
Well remembered.
20 feet to 60 feet, yes. So
Disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
okay, so I'll get within 20 feet of so I'll move back into the room slightly.
Sure.
Bonus action. Yeet!
Sure. Go
Launch an
ahead.
attack.
This is theatrical.
Oh god.
Skeleton battle.
Jason and the Argonauts.
Does 30 hit?
30.
Yeah, does that hit?
Yeah, that'll hit it.
That'll do it. Right. So, okay. It's a D4. It's 4 plus whatever the +1 lady gets, which is 6, that's 10 plus sneak, and it'll be a
Why are you getting sneak?
because first edition,
You were hidden actually.
and assassin and all that jazz. So
Well, that only counts if you
where is
if they're surprised. Is the crit?
you have advantage on attack rolls. Oh, so I should have advantage. But they're not surprised if it's not crit. But I will get sneak. So it's 10 plus then all the D. Where are they?
What happened to just good old roll hit?
Rolls!
Roll to it, 1 dice.
Barbarian rules only. Next campaign.
19,
14.
8 this morning.
14.
Hey man, I'm going protein.
Oh man, I love protein.
I know you love protein.
39 points of damage on that attack.
Oh yeah.
On Skelly Boy.
So you launch your dagger.
Oh yeah, you
at
grit
it.
these guys.
You launch your dagger at it, and its chest actually concaves inwards, and immediately kind of flies back 10 feet.
Dead.
Bang down.
Dagger comes back to my hand as well instantly. That's part of it, which is pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
But that's my action and my bonus action, so I'm now 20 feet from Zombo.
Situation.
The situation.
Yeah.
With his freaking abs.
Yeah.
That's it.
Jolly sure.
Next up is half of these creatures' turns. So that is going to be.
That's very.
Well, it'd just be like a if we had a board, how messy it would be, because there'd be like 25 people on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, between yours
Yeah,
and between
and them,
these.
and the 4 of
Oh,
us,
God.
Yeah.
and the Pegasus.
Yeah.
Oh god.
There's like that's a very busy board.
Oh god.
So this is actually going to be 2 against yourself, Varn, and then 1. Who would you say was closest to where Sabine was heading?
Satine.
Probably quite
Come on now.
Satine, sorry.
Fucking hell.
Hey, 2 sessions,
Still
2.5
hurts.
sessions.
Still hurts. Alright.
Just got very aware that I'm heavily armoured. I'm probably lagging quite far back.
Okay.
I'm invisible.
Shit, yeah.
You
you
can't
are.
fucking see me.
Okay. Well, if you're lagging quite far behind.
Beta. Give it to Beta.
Beta? Sure, why not?
He can take it.
Actually, no, because they wouldn't recognise the undead as a threat yet. So that would be.
They are wearing capes.
That
Works for
bloody
us.
wet.
Works for a living, so.
Oh, fine. So it's like
Say 2 against you and 1 against Halvar,
Alright, fine.
as they immediately kind of pounce on yourself.
About to fucking nut.
getting scared.
Oh.
No, you'd be fine. Okay.
They weren't fine.
Let them. Fine.
Nice.
No. He's done it again.
So the first is going to miss with an 11,
Good.
and its second attack against you is only 14.
I'll take a hit. Hit me.
Take a hit. Okay.
Save my slots.
Saving them slots. Slots here.
Yeah. Yes. Better to do that rather
They
than
don't have like a hive mind or anything, do they?
synapse.
Yeah.
So that is 8 points of damage towards
What
you.
kind of damage?
Slashing damage.
Daddy damage.
Sorry.
Make someone do necrotic damage.
So that's the first one, and then the second one.
He did both hits on me. First one missed with an 11.
These have got a multi-attack.
Oh.
Couple of poundy boys.
So 2 more hits are about to come.
Yes.
Fine. Yeah. Right.
Double 19s on the die, so both of these will hit. As these 2 zombies just come up to you, well, zombie-esque creatures just come up to you and just start pounding on your back.
Well, I got something for them in a second.
Taking 10 on the first and 8 on the second.
All physical, yeah.
Yeah, all physical slashing. Now for the one against yourself, Halvar.
Yeah.
The attack's coming your way. Damn. So again, that's a natural 19 and a natural 17. So
For a total of
so that one will be 20, 24 and 22.
yeah, both of it.
Rolling like the exact same every time. So this is going to be 5 points of slashing and that's better. 13 points of slashing.
So 18 total.
18 total.
I was well scared that you're gonna. You should actually have some HP, unlike these two, which.
No, I do.
Yes.
Even,
But I mean,
even
like,
with that big blast.
You'll have the most total max.
Yeah.
Next one will be me, and these two have less max HP.
Yeah, he's a wizard and they have less health than
What's your weight?
93.
93?
Yeah.
At level 18?
15?
15?
Yeah.
I'm not level 18. No, I'm 15.
Yeah, 15. Rogue.
Okay.
All rogue.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's the first swath.
Yeah.
That's
Vaughn,
you.
it's your turn.
You are
Command Undead. Charisma saving throw for one of those ones that hit me.
One of the ones that hit you.
Thank you, mate.
Oi.
This
no.
isn't a turn thing, is it?
No,
Stop it.
it's the opposite. Well, kind of. I'm making them a turncoat, so
That
kiss,
is what save charisma?
yeah.
That's a 17 minus 1, so 16.
Yeah, get fucked. He's on our side.
Yeah.
Finally, some necromancy stuff is in combat. It's
Get the poison.
One of the one that like kind of thumped you into in the square of the back as it's going to bring the other fist down, just goes slack and
Yeah, it's weird. It's a bit weird for everyone else because I kind of like after the first hit, I like fall into it and almost embrace it, like I'm hugging it as it hits me in the back, and I'm just like.
oh
It's a bit
Punch
sensual.
him.
It's a bit like
oh
that's weird. But why is he like whispering sweet nothings to the zombie? And then I let him go, and he's like, all right.
Careless whisper.
Turns around.
Kiss my rose tip.
He is friendly to you and obeys my commands until I use it again. What's its intelligence?
0.
Has a 0 int. Oh, yeah, then fine. That is it. It's now just mine.
Cool, lovely
Need
stuff.
to get a cake for it.
Add another one to the. Yeah, we need to get a cake.
Yeah.
I tear Beta's cape in half and put it on his back.
Give him like a little cravat.
Yeah.
Good luck demoted. Right.
That's my action. And then I will. If I move away, I'll get a hit, right?
Yeah.
So I will just try and position myself, but now with my new friend and hit.
I mean, at the moment you're kind of flanked by your crew.
My boys.
The entourage.
The entourage.
Just now
Sorry.
+1 to it, so that's
name's on the list.
that's all me, and that's my action to command undead.
Okay. Sayri, you're right. Cool.
Cool, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to drop invisibility, I believe.
Just see what happens.
What are you doing?
Turn undead.
Then
Yeah, you've been casting, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
You could move
Yeah.
beforehand,
Yeah,
though, if you're like
doing an
mixer.
action.
Oh yeah, I'm going to run up to make sure I'm at the front of everyone
Yeah.
to not kill the entourage.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to hit the entourage.
Yeah. So, is there like a cluster of them, or are they evenly spaced out?
They're all approaching you, so at the moment you've got. So, Varn and Halvar are pretty much. They've got. What was 3 is now technically 2, kind of hounding them.
Okay.
But they're all. That's a big clump of about however many people in the space of 15 feet of each other. And then you've got a few more coming from the far right corner that are pressing down onto you.
I'll go for the ones from the far right.
Okay. So that'd be 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
So I need wisdom saving throws.
Wisdom saving throws. So first one is 17.
Okay.
Second one is 12. Third is 13. and the fourth one is 16.
Cool. The ones that got 12 and 13 are destroyed.
And then the CR, right?
What's the CR?
3.
Yes.
Nice.
So
We banged out a 4 this.
Yeah, that's it. Keep it coming, baby.
So one kind of creeping out from directly to your right, like almost climbing out of the wall, and another one coming out of that initial crypt. Those are almost kind of protected somewhat by the large stone slabs that serve as like their doors, but the other two are just almost scattered across the wall, painted, just blood, viscera, bones, skin, flesh, just painted. It's like no, I won't say that. There could be spoilers for the boys. Never mind. Just any scene in the boys.
Yeah.
It's like something out of the bones.
Yeah.
Nothing salvageable then?
Oh, fucking hell.
With those two, no. With the one that Satine killed, yes.
There you go. Don't worry, I'll leave you some. I'll leave you some on the field.
Entourage is back, baby!
He's rolling deep.
If it's cleaved in half, can you still work with that?
Yeah, I'd say
It can
so.
crawl
Hop.
or hop.
Just
I
check
think
the
I'll-
belt round
Like
it.
that.
I think I'll let you know if that works or not.
2 belts, one here.
Right. Next up is the remaining creature's turn.
Don't do that.
Maybe.
Yes.
Can all my guys get a go? We forgot. I forgot.
It was just JoJo meme. The one.
Yeah.
Yes. All 6, 7,
1,
got extra now.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. So yes, all 6 of yours. Yeah, they're supposed to go at the end of your turn.
But not the one I've just turned. He can skip a turn. Okay, and they're all just going to wail on the other one that punched me. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Tezzy's one at a time.
They don't get a huge amount, so we're going to go down the list, which is 2 skeletons first. They're short swords. No, natural 1. Dirty 20.
That hits.
I need to add something in a second. Sorry, this is the first time these guys are doing stuff.
No, you take your time.
5 to the damage rolls. So that's 6 plus 5 plus 2. Piercing damage for the second skeleton.
So 13.
13 damage so far.
Okay.
Right, now we're on to the zombies. Who are slamming. That was a D6, so they can call that one. First one is 13 to hit.
13 just hits.
Okay. Another 6 plus 5 plus 1, so 12 bludgeoning damage from the second zombie. That wail on him.
Still hanging in there. Like you can see that there's actually like parts of its flesh like falling away from its body, but
Here come the boys, Alpha and Beta now. They're just slopping that mop up.
Slobby
To
mobbies.
finish him off, you
Slobby
know.
mobs.
How bad is this one looking that's in front of me?
a real bear.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Alpha's.
Are there many left after this one?
Not including the one that's now part of your ranks. There's 3 more after
Okay.
this.
You got some juice.
Just thinking, how will I be so disappointed if
Everyone's dead.
Within seconds. all
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
It's going to do life drain on this creature.
Bubble.
As its first hit.
When Alpha does your life drain, but
Oh, yeah.
13.
you fail the con check.
13 to hit.
Yes.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. Do a Constitution saving throw, please, while I roll for death and damage.
Fuck. That is 8.
I really needed that to be higher. So that fails. So hit point maximum is reduced by 8. Is that enough to kill it as well?
Alpha sucks the little life force that is in this creature out of it as it then goes into a hollow husk and collapses to the floor.
And then it fucking stands back up again. And that's Alpha's guy.
Oh.
Oh my god! It's a pyramid scheme.
So what happens with his hit points?
Well, the maximum is reduced by the amount it was taken. So the maximum hit point was reduced by 8.
Okay.
And then a humanoid slain by this attack rises 24 hours later as a zombie. So we just got some boys living around there.
They'll join us later.
In 24 hours.
You know what? Fuck it.
He's
Rises
in.
back up straight.
He's in.
Does it say that he gets his hit points back?
No.
Okay.
It's just he
welcome to
can
the
take the hit
entourage.
because I get a bonus to the HP anyway, so he can take the 8 hit. I'll
Alpha's
sort it out.
just like, wouldn't you like to have all your utility bills in one place?
What it has.
You know those memes where it's like when your mate who went off to be sick comes back, like he goes down, gets up, and then the entourage is like.
Okay, so that was Alpha.
And then Beta's not going to do anything. He's we're staying together, and someone else
Alright.
needs to do some stuff.
Mopping up.
Halvar.
The sloppy
So
mopping.
you currently have the one that was kind of pounding on you, and then there's the 2 that are coming out the crypt door. So the furthest one from you is.
That's good.
25 feet away.
Okay.
So you got one directly on you.
Yeah, I'll go for that guy first.
Sure.
Makes the most sense. First of 2 attacks is going to be a 23 to hit.
23 definitely hits.
And he takes. So that's 8 slashing damage,
Okay.
and then an additional 3 radiant damage.
Okay.
I believe would do some extra sauce on it.
Do something from there.
That's one of 2.
Cool.
Second attack. It's only a 3 on the dice, but it's plus 12, so it's 15.
Still hit.
Yeah, and then that is nice, much better. 12 plus 7, 19 slashing damage.
With that, just
Cleaved in half.
carved in half.
Yeah, so first one comes down and it puts a big wedge in its kind of collarbone, rips it out, cracks his neck, and then just cleaves him in 2.
You can just hear the shattering of various bones, clavicle, ribs.
Yeah, and then there's just a roll of the shoulders, kind of Brock Lesnar style, and then he looks down at the axe and he kind of grips the handle a bit and is like, "Oh, it's good to be back." That's. I'm going to move up onto one of the ones that's emerging as well, just to get within melee of it.
Yep. So you got the one that's directly next to Sayri, or you got the one across the room?
Which one's further away?
The one across the room.
Okay, so the one across the room.
Nice.
Yeah.
So 25 feet to get to it.
Yep, cool. And I'll just get up in its business.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the top of initiative. Satine, it's your turn.
With both my daggers back in my hands, where's the nearest one? I'm going in.
So you can.
Is anyone engaged with anyone actually?
Actually, I'd say technically at the moment, it would be the one that is engaged with Halvar.
I'm coming in.
So you push into the room.
Yeah.
You can see that there is one next to Sayri, but they've not engaged
It's
in
not
combat. It's still
moving.
coming out,
Yeah.
whereas Halvar is pushed into the other creatures.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go at it and gonna go for. I'm gonna have. I think it's 2 weapon fighting as a bonus.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that. So yeah.
You attack with your
there it is.
offhand.
Yeah, baby. So so it'll be sneak on one of them, right?
So you rushing up to attack it
Yes.
with the dagger.
I've got 2 daggers out. I've got my dagger of venom and then the infiltrator's
dagger.
key, which is
Okay. Given that he's occupying the space directly in front of it, I will say that it has cover from you with the big stone door that it's trying to push out of.
Okay.
So it has a slightly higher AC, but
Okay.
you would get sneak attack if you hit it.
These guys,
Okay,
these
cool.
guys are little baby boys there.
I'll roll both attacks then and see what comes out. So
I want to call which one is for which dagger.
Oh right. They're both the same on the hit, but I see what you're saying. I'm gonna go for that one. So it'll be 18 plus 11, so 24.
24 hits.
Is the venom, yeah?
That's the infiltrator's key. And then 15.
So the second one misses.
Okay, cool. So we'll go for, all of it on the infiltrator's key. So that is D4 initially. 8. There's 8 plus 16, 17. That's a lot of 4s. 17 plus 16.
33.
33 points of damage as I just rush up and just skid in, not like full knee slide, but run at it so fast I have to skid a little bit to slow down and just shing with the first one and sky with the other one.
Just realised I could
So-
roll the damage.
So for you, Halvar, as you're rushing up to this creature, getting ready to kind of start to slash into it, you just see a dagger come in from the right-hand side that just pierces the side of its skull and actually cracks the stonework next to it and almost severs the top part of the head away.
And there's a skid on the stone, which is
We both skid into it. I just got there faster.
I just kind of give you a look, and it's a bit like Gimli, you stole that one, but it's kind of alright.
It was close. You were so close. Almost there.
Okay, one hit KO there.
Nice. That's everything because that was my bonus as well.
Okay. None of those are alive. Varn, it is your turn.
Should do my dudes first.
Can do if you want.
Ahead of my turn.
Sure.
How many enemies without capes are in the room?
One.
They're not even going to be able to encircle it.
Yeah.
I need the stat block for the one that I've turned.
Sure.
So at some point, my whites have got longbows. Can they shoot without hitting anyone? Or oh yeah, because it's near him, right? It's
Yeah. So basically, it's Sayuri is at a corner, and then just 5 feet away from them is an undead emerging from the wall.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the whites are just going to shoot first.
Okay.
Ask questions later.
Yeah.
I would.
First, 2 longbow for the first white. Is one of those is 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Cool. I have that. 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
Second one. The lowest to hit is 15.
15 hits.
Cool. Both hit. I'll just total it all up for you. That's nice. 15. A 30 in total. Piercing damage. 2 8s on the D8.
Oh, damn.
Kind of pushing out, it just immediately is peppered with arrows, and as it gets the last of the door out of the way, it just collapses forwards onto the ground. Arrows just looks like a pincushion.
That's fucking. They did 2 8s on the D8s. So
Jeez.
they
did some dirt.
They've earned their badge out from beta.
How does it work? Does the skeleton level up eventually? Is there a pyramid of employment?
One of Alpha or Beta is going to get stripped of their rank.
Yeah.
And it's just interchangeable.
Who gets the branded mini?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. How many do you have to turn to your side to get that?
Woof.
That is a Ponzi scheme.
It is.
But you can get rich quick. So
Yeah, and you're your own boss.
you can get undead quick. So
Is that how you find it?
yeah.
I have wanted to set my own hours.
Yeah. So long.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is all of the undead in this particular room taken care of.
Without capes. Actually, some don't
Without
have
capes. There's 2 that are currently up and about without capes.
Yeah, on my turn, which we hadn't hit yet, I'll just go, they're good, don't worry about those. I'll sort them out to keep shortly, but they're with me.
Alright, boys. I'll start just straight away cleaning my daggers, sharpening them again, make sure they're ready to go.
Okay.
Just what's the team?
There are still 2 intact bodies.
If you're doing it, how long does it take for you to do it? Because is it a short rest thing, or is it?
That's just a spell.
Alvar will kind of like smush the one that he cleaved in two, like back together and look and be like, this working.
Chili sauce?
Mendes Ludus.
So for the cost
Devil's lettuce.
For the cost of a 3rd level spell slot, we'd be getting call that 30, call that 35, 65 plus 10, maybe about 75 HP points back for a 3rd level spell slot in the form of zombies.
As in the form of like cushion to take blows.
Yeah,
Right.
so probably worth it, I would say.
Yeah,
How
I'd
many
say
spell
so.
slots you got?
I mean, I'm not going to be
That's a
using
huge
much else.
question,
My whole
yeah.
thing is like
Doing that?
keeping these guys going, so probably worth to
Yeah, go on.
revive them.
Yeah.
So I'll do Animate Dead again, which will relinquish control on those that are still standing. I'll restock the skeleton that got exploded by a boulder a few hours ago.
Oh yeah.
He comes back. And then we'll just say that my 2 zombies that are hurt, they cannibalise and get healed back up. And that will be the way we think.
Okay.
So I'll go and eat the other bodies and where their like arms are hanging off, they'll be like, oh, I'll take mine off and replace it with his, and that'll be that.
Alright. So restocked, locked and loaded. Are you pressing on?
I'm just because Satine's a bit like kind of not sure if she caused that. She's just gonna check for traps again, even though if they are there, they've been triggered.
Sure. Be slightly high DC.
Yeah, what is it? Investigation.
Mm-hmm.
25.
25. No traps.
Oh! Cool.
Maybe this might be the best place to hunker down for a bit.
Yeah.
I
This is
could
a good idea.
do with a little bit of
Sort you out.
support.
What is that face? What is that face? What are you doing?
I'm just glad you're having fun.
For now.
Yeah, sure. Just, end of the world situation. Do we want to have a full 8 hours, or are we just taking a pause?
I don't think we can afford a full 8.
My largest concern is whatever they aim to do within 8 hours, they will achieve.
So we take a short rest. Let's do it.
Okay. You'll pitch down for an hour, taking in this kind of crypt of sorts, blocking up the various different entryways as best you can. 2 of which have doors on, so it's relatively easy to close those and kind of block them up. But yeah. Anything you are doing on this break in particular?
Cost hidden word on Halvar. Give you 9 back.
Appreciate it.
We do have some potions.
You have potions, you can roll your hit die.
Oh, actually, I found Halvar. You don't have any. Do you have any ways of healing yourself?
Very limited.
I have a potion of healing I found earlier today. Here you go. It's a bit old and dusty, but it should do the trick. It should work.
Oh, that's stale as fuck.
Maybe put some water in it. Give it a stir.
I find it helps to think of something nice when you. It's a mojito.
I'll stop there and ask you the same question. Do you have a means of healing yourself?
No, I do not. But I have a.
I'll pass it back.
Okay.
Yeah. I appreciate the gesture, but and then he places a hand over one of the burns from his lightning attack and does a little bit of lay on hands onto himself. And you see like a pulsive like blue light emanate from under his palm, and it eases the burn. So
Distracts.
I
Yeah.
have the means of doing something. I appreciate your support, though.
Okay. Oh.
And then I'll roll some hit dice as well.
Now, to meta a lot, and Nathan did say that we weren't in a rush at the beginning of that first session.
Yeah, this is true. He did.
Was he lying to kill us again?
Yes. Yeah. Treat anything he says as that.
Okay, then short rest it is.
Why are you considering long rest?
Only because of what Nathan said, but it doesn't make sense in the universe.
I mean, he
I
also
feel like Nathan said to us as players not to rush anything.
yeah, nah. It was because we made that mistake before of not resting properly, and I'm hesitant to make the same mistake twice.
Yeah.
Is the only
he
thing.
did also say he's going to do as much as he can to avoid the world being ruined. He's going to try and help. He's not here to be an antagonist to us. He's
And
not-
they'd have a lot of time on their hands, so then they're not in a rush.
So, do you want to just talk shop for a second?
I don't want to be that guy, but only because you said it. You said it, and now my brain's like.
You triggered us. You triggered us all. Yeah.
Right. They are clearly working on something. Giving them a full 8 hours to do whatever that is, whilst also there's been a large dragon that's attacked their patrolling dragon, and there's been a scuffle in here.
Probably not a good idea.
Probably not a good idea to have a long rest, but you do have moments where you can take a breather, is more what I was saying.
Cool, fine. Then it's settled then.
Yeah.
Spaff those hit die.
Get them hit dice in, baby.
Oh, no, my face.
Oh. Hit dice just kind of popping up over the camera slightly.
Right, hang.
There you go. That's the shot we're
Good.
looking for.
Like,
Yeah.
good. Cross your eyes.
One more time. Do you see it? Do it again. Do it again. Just see if it gets some. Yeah, no, it's there. We got something for the
There you go.
socials there. There we go.
Hey, that's what I use my game T dice for.
Topical.
So, as you all take a rest, Satine, you still are aware of the glowing green light and the set of stairs that lead up.
I make you aware of that as we're resting. Oh, is the green light pulsing?
No, this is a steady glow. And you, as Satine points it out to you, you can see just down at the end of this corridor, just a set of double doors, and there's just like faint green light trickling in underneath.
So when we're ready, that's our next bullshit to deal with.
Can't wait.
I would, maybe for next session, because of time, but I would pull Halvar for a chat during our short rest.
Fire pit.
Fire pit?
Fire pit.
You free for a minute? We'll go fire pit.
Yeah, babes.
You, when we...
5 minutes.
Yep. You may want to know that when we get to the other side of this, Reinhardt has his eyes on your people and your city. I know this because I was his, how do you say, chief assassin, and he was about to send me to take you out.
You see, not even trying to hide, there's a big smile on his face. He says, I am flattered. Not just that you would send someone as accomplished as you to take me out, but he considers me that much of a threat.
So you know I was sent to the prisons in Luxem for trying to kill Reinhardt, so I was never, ever going to go ahead with that plan. This was not the reason why I ended up in prison. If I didn't, I would be coming for you, but alas, I'm not. It was for another reason.
Well, if
But just so you know, when we get to the other
there's still
side of this,
space to take out the good general.
oh, he is a bastard, and I would relish the opportunity to kill him.
If intelligence has made its way to my courts that an attempt has been made on my life, or a contract has been made against my life, then that seems as good as any reason to take action.
He's essentially wiped Terrasol off the map, so you guys were always up next.
Yes, we had the news. You would not be alone in an endeavor against that man.
It's good to know we have allies out there. We want to bring him down.
Puts it all out for the odds. Yeah,
Strength and honor.
strength and honor.
So yeah, when we get to the other side of this, perhaps you won't have to worry about him because, you know, everyone will be dead. But
Well,
hopefully not.
for all of our sakes, I hope not.
Same.
But perhaps Reinhardt underestimates my people. And
No.
me.
I think he wanted to take you out. He knew knew how you led them. So. But it's not going to happen now, so it's fine.
No, very true. How do you feel about the what awaits us?
Truthfully, underprepared. I'm not going in with the intent of coming out, really. I have lost so much. I am... yeah. The only reason I would want to get out is to try and bring Sabine back, but it's unlikely.
Anything in those kind of endeavors that I or the people of Cahul can do to help? All of you have our support.
If we can bring our people back, then so be it. It would be nice. You would like that?
It's been too long since I've seen Owain. And I'll leave it at that.
And your boy?
Well, he's not really gone, and also I don't owe him anything. So,
He would like to come back though, right?
oh, most definitely.
2 peas in a pod.
So will you try to bring him back?
I'd give the ring to somebody who can do something about it.
We shall see.
This shit's good.
Oh fuck! That doesn't smell like the stuff that we have in Cahul.
It's not. Custom.
Good price.
Chili sauce salad.
Right. Well, as you brace yourself to reach those ominous doors at the end of this corridor, we're going to go ahead and stop right there. Oh!
What's on the inside of the door?
Death.
Oh,
Cheesecake Factory.
Krispy Kreme. It's crispy and it's creamy.
Did you say creamy? Yes, thank you very much for joining us on this illustrious evening. As we said at the very top of this, do check us out on all the various social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. And yes, and then listen to us on all the various places that is listenable. Check out the VODs if you caught this partway through over on YouTube. Don't forget to also check out Thinking Critically if you fancy something a little bit more suave.
It's a great podcast.
It's a great podcast.
Thank you.
And of course, you've also got the discount code, the Briggsy, for GameTea to get 5% off of your purchases, and then also our Patreon as well if you would like to support the show. I think that's just about everything. Chances are, next session, likely going to be a long one. So we'll figure out how that is going to work out. But hopefully you will join us for what should be the final episode of this campaign.
Come to a
That will
close.
be on the 30th.
should be on the 30th.
30th, 7 p.m. GMT.
Good morning, TV.
But yes, nevertheless, enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your 2 weeks before we next go live. And follow us on everything, or we'll find you.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Threaten them.
Follow us on everything so we can find you.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.